Hey there, gorgeous gays! Version 2 here with Professor Layton and Pandora's Box. We have been through the first Professor Layton game with The Curious Village, which when I went to check on YouTube, that was over 3 years ago. So I'm a little behind. I'm a little bit slow to this than I would have liked to have been. It was 3 years ago that we did Professor Layton 1. But we're here now! After, like, going through a bunch of other things, and then a year when I couldn't stream, and then just, like, a long time before I got back to this. We're here again! It is Professor Layton time. Now, if you are an American, one, I'm so sorry. But, secondly, and most importantly, you might be confused about what we're doing. You might be going, what game are we playing? What is this? I don't understand. You're probably not. Because if you're interested in the puzzle series, you're probably intelligent. And you can probably work out the puzzle that is on the screen right now. In the US, this game is called Professor Layton and the Diabolical Box. Which is also what I've got to call it on Twitch, because the Twitch uses a US-centric database for all of its game names. However, as an Australian, one, I am so sorry to myself, but secondly, I'm playing the Australian/European version, which is the Pandora's Box. This and the next game in the franchise actually have different names. I believe in the next one it's called like Lost Future and Unwound Future or something. For the next one, or is the next one like Lost Spectre and Unwound Spectre? It's something along those lines. Something about ghosts or time or something, and the various things that are happening to the ghost and or time. Is also the next game. Everything else should have the same name. The Curious Village is the same name. And then the next trilogy is the same, and the seventh one that they announced what it feels like 7 years ago, and still hasn't come out. Those should all have the same name, but this one and the next one are gonna have different names. So in the Australian version / European version, it is Pandora's Box. Now, last time we did this, the third and fourth have different names. This is the second though. So the fourth one also does? Oh, I thought the entire next trilogy. I thought 4 to 6 all had like the same things. Maybe both the ghost one and the future one have different names. There's a lot of that have different names. Okay, so the fourth, yeah. So that's why I was confused. That's why I was confused about whether it was the ghost one or the future one that had a different name. Turns out they both have different names. So obviously as an Australian, I'm going to be playing the Australian versions. Because also it's just, that means it's I have a lot of American viewers, and that just makes it a unique experience, because there are differences. Now normally I would be playing this emulated. It's what we did for the first, non-emulated, on a capture card. That's what I did for Curious Village. I played it on my 3DS capture card with a stylus and everything. My 3DS capture card's a piece of shit right now. It's connecting to the computer, but it's really spotty and it drops really easy, which I don't want to happen in the middle of a stream. But more importantly, it's not reading any game cards. Not just this one, it's not reading any game cards whatsoever. So for this experience, we're emulating. Look, you can see a mouse. There's a mouse that's going around. We're emulating this. And probably for the foreseeable future, we'll also be emulating these series. Because it's gonna take a lot of money to get a new 3DS capture card, and I honestly don't know if I still can, because I don't know if the people who make them still make them, given that the 3DS is about 13 years old at this point. So we're gonna go through this. Part of also just, hey, we're playing the Australian/European version. At some point, I don't know, maybe after each trilogy or some point, depends on how many there are. I also think at some point it may stop happening. But aren't the other names unique per version for like countries? There are also unique puzzles. As we experience going through Curious Village, there are some puzzles that me, as an Australian, had that the US version doesn't, and they should continue that into this game. And for, I don't know if all of them do, but a number of them do. I also like to, at some point, do a bonus stream or two, or however many it takes, to do the unique US puzzles. that I didn't play through in this. But that is something that we'll worry about in the future. I just figured I'd mention it now because it's directly relevant to the names of all of this. Anyways, we played the first game 3 years ago. I had a fun time with it. You go back to that series and you have a look at the end of that series, and I'm getting grumpy a lot. There are a lot of puzzles towards the end of Curious Village that are the types of puzzles that I just can't do. They are just things that my brain does not cooperate with, either on a thinking level or a memory level. It's just not something I can do. And also, the hints started getting directly insulting to the player towards the end of it. Of just being like, you get to the hardest puzzles in the game, and then you ask for a hint, and the game says, why do you need a hint? This is an easy puzzle for bitch babies. What are you, a bitch baby? There was a lot of sliding block puzzles, which my brain cannot handle, or do in any capacity. So that was like what I said at the end of Professor Layton in terms of like what the puzzles were. However, I stand by Professor Layton. As I mentioned in that, people who like puzzles usually like particular types of puzzles. People liking a large variety of puzzles is not the norm, that's the exception. People usually like one type of puzzle that they focus on. They like Sudokus, or they like crosswords, or they like logic puzzles, Suguru puzzles, or Kokuro puzzles, or like acrostics. People usually like one type of puzzle. Very, very few like varieties. I know this because I work in a news agency where I sell a lot of magazines that are puzzles. The same people will come in and buy a lot of different brands, but the same type of puzzle from each brand. They'll buy the word search of every brand, or they'll buy the Sudokus of every brand. There's only a handful of customers who will buy multiple varieties, and only a handful of customers who will buy the magazines that are specifically dedicated to being a variety book. So Professor Layton going with the approach of explicitly focusing on having a very large variety of puzzles. And the fact that all of them are at the quality level that they are, and the fact that just the presentation and the nature of everything in the game makes so many of the puzzles so fun, is something that is incredibly not fucking easy. In fact, it's pretty fucking hard to do from a puzzle design perspective. It is hard to do a variety puzzle and have a lot of people come away from it going, I enjoyed like 80% of what I did. That's just not shit that happens when it comes to puzzles. So it was very impressive that Professor Layton and the Curious Village managed to do that. Also, wow, did the story go places? For a game that was just like, oh, we're here to, like, investigate, like, a death, and stuff like that, and hey, we're here to do that, and here's a village of people, and we're solving puzzles. We started getting chased by Ferris wheels, and also it turned out, spoilers for Curious Village, that the reason that the village is curious is because everyone's a robot. So, to say that the story went places and ended up, in of itself, being a very entertaining experience on top of all the puzzles. It's a very disjointed experience. Which is what I said about Curious Village. Like, these games are very deliberately, the puzzles are, like, not really tied to the core experience of going through the game, other than what you're doing in the core game is trying to solve, like, a large puzzle of the mystery and everything like that. But they embrace that dynamic so well that it doesn't feel jarring. So I'm very excited to do another one of these and embarrass myself in front of everyone. I'm very excited for that. So let's get into it. Let's click on new name. And we're gonna type in our name. There we go. There we go. I am Fire. Hello. This is a work of fiction. The characters, scripts, and events portrayed within are in no way intended to resemble those of the real world.
There are tales of a box that brings death upon any who dare open it. Tell me, do you think those rumors could be
How
true?
about we don't fuck with that box? How about we don't fuck with that box? That sounds like a bad idea to fuck with that box. Let's not do that.
Hey, look, there it is.
We're just catching a train, it seems. Okay. The faster we all push and shove, the quicker we can all get on board.
Now this is what I call deluxe.
Oh.
Just look at this room.
So I thought the audio was delayed. It was just like
call the Molenterry Express a cruise ship on rails.
it was just the first bit of Luke's dialogue that was
Now, don't
like
forget, Luke,
that was
a
delayed.
gentleman pays attention to his manners in every setting.
Gentlemen can bounce on the couch, Layton. Come on. It's fine for a gentleman to bounce on a couch. Oh my goodness, my nose. Either the air is fucking with me lately and I'm having hay fever or dry air issues, or I'm coming down with a sickness. It's very annoying. Choo-choo! Yeah! Let's ride a train! Are we gonna have to fight a bunch of, like, fuzzies at the end of this? And then go into a museum and find the fake museum in the back to get the real treasure?
So what's the story behind this Elysian box anyway? All who open it die? Sounds awfully fishy to me.
Perhaps so.
I've already
but
lost
we've
track of how
seen
many
it
names
happen
this
with
box
our
has.
very own eyes. The answer is out there, Luke, but I just need to find it.
We will. I know it.
Prologue, the Elysian box. This box has so many names. The Elysian box, the Diabolical box, Pandora's box. Oh, my name's actually there.
There was a box that was rumoured to kill anyone who opened it. At
My name was
first,
actually included in
neither
the game.
Professor nor I believed it. But all that changed with the arrival of a single letter.
A few days earlier.
Luke, have a look here.
Oh my god, voice acting.
What's that, Professor?
Was the previous game fully voice acted or not? I can't remember. It wasn't, was it? I don't think so.
It's a letter from my dear friend and mentor, Dr. Andrew Schrader.
I don't remember all this. I mean, this to be fair, this could be because of intro.
Is everything alright?
It's amazing how British this child is.
My dear Herschel, as an archaeologist, you're sure to have heard of the item known as the Elysian box.
I'm just thinking fully voice acted. Not fully voice acted, although a few segments of voice acted. I'm like, yeah. Again, it's been 3 years since I played it. I can't. We were talking about it on Discord about how there was like a villain. There was like an evil one, and I forgot that character existed. I forgot. It's been 3 years, and a lot of this game was puzzles. The minutiae I've forgotten. Here's Village Open same way as a letter to you from Luke. I forgot that as well. It's been 3 years. My memory bad.
Of course, it is more commonly known as Pandora's box.
There's
in
there
reference
it
to the
is.
famous myth.
There it is. It is also said to be quite diabolical, from what I have heard.
This nickname would appear to be well-deserved, since it is rumored to kill whoever opens it.
Turns out that the reason it just kills anyone who opens it is just because there's like a mouse in there, and he's just trying to sleep, and if you open it, he just shoots you with his little mouse gun.
I'm dubious of this reputation, of course, but when my interest is piqued, I simply must investigate.
I must open the box to see if it kills me.
That's why I'm pleased as punch to tell you that the elusive item is finally in my possession.
No, Elysian item. Schrader? You're getting senile in his old age, I'm sorry.
What's more, I believe I'm on the cusp of unraveling a great mystery tied to this box. For the moment, let's just say I have a theory, though I haven't been able to prove it yet.
Open it, coward. You won't do it, no balls.
Initially, it was my intention to finish my research before daring to open its lid. But I must confess that my curiosity is simply overpowering.
Oh no, he's gonna die.
In the unlikely event that anything should happen to me, please finish the work I've started here. Your friend, Andrew Schrader.
Oh no.
According to the postmark, this letter was sent 2 days ago. We should go pay the doctor a visit.
He's gonna be super fucking dead, isn't he?
I just can't shake the feeling that something awful has happened.
He's gonna be so fucking dead.
Well, your intuition's usually spot on. I say we head out right away.
Touch a mystery for more details. The Elysian box is an antique said to bring death upon anyone who dares open its lid. According to rumors, the box has already claimed many lives as known as Pandora's box in many parts of the world. Could such dark rumors be true? That's our list of mysteries. There we go, and that's all, yeah. Look, before we go, would you be so kind as to fetch my car keys? They're in one of the drawers in that desk. Will do, Professor. If there's something you wish to interact with, Luke, you need only reach out and touch it. Luke must find keys to the Professor's car. Search by touching the drawers of the desk. Touch an area to investigate. There we go. Look, you've even forgotten how to use your fingers again. Here's our picarots. We've got everything there. Puzzles found, hint coins. Look, do you know what your hand is? Puzzle index, Layton's journal. Today I received a letter from Andrew Schrader, my longtime friend and mentor. According to his letter, the good doctors finally succeeded in acquiring the Elysian box. Sinister relic known colloquially as Pandora's box. Something about the way the letter was worded annoys me, however. I decided to check in on him just to make sure that everything was alright. Those are books. These weighty times are the source of the Professor's wisdom. What about the jars? The weighty jars. My pile's gonna collapse if we don't tidy up soon. I wonder what all these weird and wonderful things are. There we go. Every gentleman needs some greenery in his study. What about the lamp? Does the lamp remind you of a puzzle? Apparently, uncomfortable chairs make you cleverer. Oh, here they are, Professor. Layton's keys. Fine, I'm speak up and then put them in the trunk. Many thanks, Luke. Now let's get to moving. You do know how to move about, don't you, Luke? Look, have you also forgotten what your feet are? You bet I do. Let's see. First, I touch the shoe on the bottom right corner. Then I touch on little arrows that appears to move in that direction. It's exactly right. Anytime you wish to move, start by touching the shoe icon. Go on, try it out. That's the way, my boy. One can't investigate properly without first doing a little legwork, as they say. Couldn't agree more, Professor. Now shall we head off? Look at the city that we live in. What city is this? Has anyone doxed Layton to work out whereabouts he lives based on this overhead? I assume someone on the internet has at some point, right? Seems to be a lot going on in the area. Is that an office or a cafe? Plus there's some other decoration would add some cheer here, but plans would get in the way of that. London, I think. We need to find out which street in London he lives in. Where in London, though? Look, before we set out, it'd be wise of us to confirm with the doctor's flat. During one of his visits some time ago, he was kind enough to leave me a map to his home. The map itself, however, is a rather unusual piece of cartography. Look here, Luke. It reminds me of a puzzle. Ah, clever. The map itself is a puzzle. Professor, do you mind if I take a crack at it? I just know I can solve this one. Alright, we're already in it. Dr. Schrader's map. Drinkies. Several pieces have been cut out of the middle of the map to Dr. Schrader's home. Clear the map by signing pieces of the stars and setting them in the right places. Makes sense? Well, don't forget that you can move or remove pieces, including ones already in the middle of the map. Alright, so move objects we found. When you're satisfied with the answer, touch submit. Okay. Oh. Oh, this one's... Oh, okay. Okay, I see. He's being a piece of shit. I get it. Okay. Okay, fuck. Well... It seems that... Okay, well, in this side, we have one of two options. We have either this, although that road looks a little chunky, or this. That looks more appropriate. I'm going to start with that. Up here, we're just looking for one on each side, which could be this. It won't be that. It could be this. But that road up there doesn't connect. So we want to go for that one. Then we need one on the top and one on the bottom, which could be that, which that does connect over to this one over here. So I can... We were talking about whether I want it over there, but now I can easily just be like, oh, this one over here, it connects to that. So I can easily just show you what I'm talking about. And then that one can go there. And then we're just gonna... There we go! That looks pretty sexy. I think that's pretty good. I'm just gonna say submit.
Let's see if this...
Yeah! Correct!
That was almost too easy.
Just a traditional drive into the river English road. They didn't know how to design roads back in the 1600s when London was built. Excellent work. Now let's hurry to the doctor's flat. About picarots. Picarots are points to indicate puzzles difficulty. The more picarots puzzle is worth, the tougher it is. When you submit incorrect answer of a puzzle, the number of picarots you can earn of the puzzle decreases, so think carefully before answering. Once you complete the game and save, to get your bonus section, load your game file. From there, you can enter the top secret area. A number of fun extras are waiting for you. The more picarots you earn, the more content you unlock. I knew it was this about Curious Village, but I forget if it's the same going into future games. It's impossible to lock yourself out of all bonus content by getting so few picarots, right? It's just if you fuck up and don't get enough, you just gotta complete more puzzles or like start doing some of the bonus ones to get some of the later bonus ones. Or at least in the first game it was like that, but maybe in later ones they're just like, no, no, do well enough, otherwise do it again, screw you. Oh my goodness, my nose is fucked up already. Excellent. With that destination confirmed, we are ready to pay the doctor a visit. Come now. There we go. I did puzzle. Look, it's the big band. See, the other cars look relatively normal. It's just Layton's car that looks like this. It's just Layton's car that looks like a tiny little thing. I do believe I found the doctor's building. Which flat is his? That I'm afraid I don't know. But come to think of it, Letter did mention something about this place. Boy, it's a puzzle. Doctor's home, what, 15 points? Pick it up, sorry. Find Dr. Schrader's window from the details in his letter. In the morning, I often wake up to the sound of music drifting in from a nearby flat. Looking out, I spy a flag fluttering gently outside my window, take a single sip of my tea, and turn my attention to the morning sun. Not only flats in London have view of the sunrise anymore, you know? So, you can get everything if you really fucking just need to do more total puzzles, which the goal is that we want to do every puzzle anyways, eventually. Circling your answer. You start a circle. Once the pointing picture appears, press this. So, we wake up to the sound of music drifting in from a nearby flat, which is the music. Looking outside, I spy a flag fluttering gently outside my window. Take a single sip of my tea and turn my attention to the morning sun. What counts as a flag? Like, this is just blue, whereas this looks like it has more detailing on it. Right. That's a plum pot. Oh, I can see it looks vaguely similar. Oh, well, clearly it's this. Clearly it's this. Clearly it's the world's grumpiest cat. Look. Look how upset this one is. So then this? Because that's in the sun. That's the music. And I guess that's this is the flag up here. Yeah, because that's like clothes. I'm going to say this one. I'm going to say this one.
Consider
Little
this
creature.
puzzle solved.
Yay!
A true gentleman leaves no puzzle unsolved.
Doing this with mouse, I think doing this with the mouse is gonna make it better than the previous game. I can look at the screen, I can look forward the whole time, and I can show little details. Now you know where it is. It's time to head for the doctor's home. Didn't get tricked by laundry. I saw the laundry. Well, now I have to work out which window that matches up to inside. Unless I'm mistaken, I think we found his flat. Now follow me, Luke. We're going up. Oh, I nearly forgot. Before we leave, let me remind you of how to use this trunk. Luke, have you remembered what objects are? You forgot what your hands and feet were, so I have to also check whether you know what objects are. Type in the trunk to touch the icon on the top right corner of the screen. Inside there are all sorts of functions and information filed away into different icons. Touch an icon to use it. Save progress during investigation, we press save. Puzzles! Attach a puzzle index and we get an index of all the puzzles. Those that we yet to solve are to the blank. I'm yawning. Puzzles we've already solved can be replayed by selecting them from this screen. Index also shows location of unsolved puzzles that we tried, so we may revisit them. Touch a journal to get a journal. So just touch trunk icon whenever you need to access it. Hello there. How are you today? Hi there, Damon. Hello there, mister. Never seen you around here before. Want to hear something useful? Alright, see that post box over there. Try to touch it and start off for me, will you? Oh, I got a int coin. Brilliant. That int coin you found there. Ever been stuck trying to sort of puzzle? It's all like those what you fancy in, eh? Well, when that happens, I reckon you trade in those shiny int coins for ints. It's scattered all over the place, I mean you should be always on the lookout for them. You just start anything that looks suspicious, alright? Well, good, all I had to say. Take it easy, mister. This seems like a nice safe area in the evenings as well. Pretty old building, but it looks sturdy enough, I must. Flowers in full bloom. Someone looks after them well. Oh, it's told to touch everything. Hey! I got another hint coin. Had a British accent. Forget to open your mouth. Oh, well, what's this then? Got another hint coin. It's also probably faster to do this. In this version compared to the other one. Compared to, like, actually playing it. I can click faster to find everything. Run up the stairs! Quick, there's been a death murder! No time to examine cleaning supplies right now. Is it time to examine chairs? Or lamps? Look after the windows after to make sure the doctor's okay. We'll solve some puzzles before this. Flowers are nice, but we've got shit to do. Have you heard Certified's British accents? The game's a delight. As an Australian, I'm legally allowed to do British accents because those motherfuckers are the ones who sent us here. So, me doing British accents, I'm allowed to do because it's payback. And also, enough people on the internet call me fucking British anyways, as it is. It's Dr. Schrader's flat, I'm sure of it. Dr. Schrader, are you home? It's Professor Layton. I came as soon as I read your letter. Hello, are you there? Doctor? I hear anyone there, Professor? What if he's... There's no time for idle speculation, Luke. We must get the door open first. It seems to be locked. So, okay, there's no way to get in. Ah, of course. How could I have forgotten? Keys are enclosed in the envelope, along with the doctor's letter to me. It's like he knew he was going to die, so he gave me a spare set of keys. Quick, Professor, let me try him on the door. Huh? That's strange. Doesn't seem like any of these keys work on the lock. Don't you see? The doctor has yet another puzzle for us to solve. I bet he's having a heart attack right now. And how long it will take for us to work out which key to open his door will be just enough time for us to no longer be able to resuscitate him. This is what the doctor gets for giving us puzzles to every single little thing of his life. Which of these keys opens the door? You start with the keys, find the one that fits. Careful observation of the shapes of the keys is required to find the right one. Okay. You gotta spin it! He's a clever bastard! It's the handle of the key on one of them. It's the there we go. It's the handle of the key. Because it can't be this, because that's too white, like, the fronts of them is just like, that's just straight down. That's got the two, like, lumps on the top. And then that's got a lump on the bottom. So it's got to be the back of one of them. That's got two up there, that's got a little thing there. But this is just, like, the little hole there, and then the top and bottom of this. Wait, oh, no, stop it. Ah, clever! Clever!
That was almost too easy.
The idea that the handle of the key is the key to your place. I want to do that. I want a door in real life that's like that, where they design it so the handle looks like the actual part that's the key looks like the hand. I want that in real life. That's right. How long did it take you to realize that the grip of the keys could also be inserted into the lock? This little lesson about the danger of making assumptions should serve you well in your puzzle-solving adventures. No one will see a keys would figure out how to get in for sure. Like, who in real life is going to ever suspect that? No one in real life is gonna think of that.
Professor!
Yeah. No, untrue. How could this have happened?
Well, we're starting with a death early.
This is terrible, Professor. Do you suppose the Elysian box did this to Dr. Schrader when he opened it?
The window's open. Is that someone breaking out, or is he just wanted to breeze?
I honestly don't know, Luke. But that can wait. Right now, we need to notify the police.
Of course, Professor.
What do we have here?
A crime scene for you to fiddle around, Layton.
A train ticket for the Moulintary Express.
Look at this, Professor. There's no destination written on the ticket.
What, so you just get on the train and it just goes?
I've never seen a ticket that didn't say where it was taking you. How strange.
Yes, very strange indeed.
A ticket with no destination. A single ticket with no visible destination was discovered in Dr. Schrader's home. Appears to be for the Moulintary Express, but where exactly is it supposed to take its bearer?
Excuse me.
Jesus. Rude.
What?
This is the cop from the first game,
Hey,
right?
it's you!
Well, Inspector Chelmey's the name. You two found the body, did you?
Oh, yeah.
No, Luke, let him go.
We got lost.
Luke, stop that. That's his face. Listen here, Luke.
Show yourself, imposter!
Okay, so that's what it was in the previous game.
His face doesn't come off. He's the real thing.
So the evil guy in the first game, the villain, was pretending to be this guy. Poor Luke has some PTSD from the previous game. Sup, Angelo? I'm trying to remember details of the actual... I'll be honest, the giant, like, Ferris wheel chasing us and the fact that everyone was a robot has really, and also how hard the puzzles were, has really distracted me from, like, the other story elements of the previous game. Don Polo was impersonating this guy. So we never met the real Chelmy in the previous game, right? We never actually met him. He never showed up. It was just Polo the entire time. Right? Was it? It was 3 years ago I played it as well. There was also that.
What
in the blazes? That's my face, not some piece of taffy.
It's been 3 years.
I'm so sorry, sir. I didn't mean it. I was sure we had another imposter on our hands.
I can assure you, I am not sus at all.
What in the world is this child talking about? I swear, young ones these days have no manners.
My apologies for the confusion. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Professor Layton. I'm a professor of archaeology at Gressenheller University.
And I'm his apprentice, Luke.
Interesting.
I'm just Luke.
So if I understand correctly, you keep a child around as an apprentice, do you?
Chelmy, don't read into it too much. It's not weird. It's not that weird. Chelmy, don't read into it too much.
Not at all, sir. In truth, he's...
Professor Layton's apprentice, like I said.
We are not allowed to find out why Luke is here. We will not be told why Luke is hanging around. This will be a mystery that will go down forever in this franchise. We will never find out.
Well, it's really none of my concern.
We're about learning what it means to be a true gentleman and how we can do that. By solving puzzles, of course. See, you've said the word gentleman and how to be a true gentleman, and now I just want to see Layton do the Mandeville.
I have a crime scene that needs my attention. Clear a path, will you?
But of course. Luke, not a word about that ticket to the authorities, all right?
Do not tell the authorities that we took evidence from the crime scene, all right?
You got it, Professor.
Yes. Let's see. What do we have here? A murder?
Or was the crime self-inflicted? Inspector, I should tell you that the door was locked before Luke and I came in.
I see. So this door, the sole entry point in and out of this 8th floor flat, was shut tight.
I mean, there's an open window. Robots exist in this world. I'll take anything.
Then the doctor was holed up in here, completely apart from the outside world, yes? That being the case, yes, I'm sure of it. The old gent must have suffered a heart attack.
This seems like a very quick conclusion.
What? How did you come to that conclusion, sir?
Use your noodle, laddie. What other explanation could there be?
It's true that the flat is on the 8th floor and that the door was locked, Inspector. Still, I'd hesitate to say that this room was completely closed off from the outside.
There's an open window.
Is that so?
Please elaborate.
The window! The guy was singing so loud he killed him.
Isn't it obvious? There's something quite unusual about our crime scene that's been overlooked.
You see, there's this giant glowing portal next to him that takes us to a dimension of hell. Oh, how did I see that earlier?
Eh?
It's as plain as the nose on your face, Inspector.
That's not, his nose doesn't stand out that much. His nose is like 10 pixels, Layton.
I suppose you academics think your fancy degrees prepare you to play detective, eh?
I've only done it a couple of times, but you know.
I tell you, nowadays, it seems like everybody and their mum thinks they can do my job.
Tell me, you walked into a room within a couple of seconds being in that room said, I think it's a heart attack. It doesn't seem that hard, I'm not gonna lie. Be more pixels of the latent zone. Up more pixels latent zone, to be fair. Oh, he's a robot, of course, that's what it is.
Now, as I was saying, the cause of death was heart failure, plain and simple. And there's what caused it.
Yeah, very hard job you have there, Chelmy. Dinosaur.
This? It's a scaled-down model of a Kronosaurus, if I'm not mistaken.
Kronosaurus! Time-traveling dinosaurs! Let's go!
I reckon that ugly mug will give anyone nightmares. Here's what probably happened.
He put it up in his own room.
The old fellow turned on the light, took one look at the beast, and then keeled right over.
It's in his own room, my guy. How? What?
But this is the doctor's own home. Why would the bones he put up himself scare him?
People have a way of becoming forgetful with age. Not that you'd understand, boy.
Can you go back to being a secret villain? I think you're somehow less malicious when you're a secret villain.
Well, you're right about that. I don't understand it at all.
I don't understand, cause it's dumb.
Mr. Layton, was it? No? Ah, yes, Layton. Mr. Layton, what do you think?
I think you're right. Oh, gotcha!
The scenario you paint certainly isn't out of the realm of possibility.
Layton, don't. Come on.
But, considering the lights were off when we entered the room, I don't think we've found our answer yet.
Oh, really?
Furthermore, look around you, Inspector. Doesn't anything strike you as odd?
Seriously, the giant glowing portal next to the body. Have you not seen that yet? Show me.
What do you mean, Professor?
Study your surroundings, Luke. I'm sure you can see it too.
I want it to be like, it start up a puzzle, and then it's just like, find what is suspicious in the room. And on the screen, there's just a man hunched over in the corner with the knife in his hands, just trying his best to stay very still so no one notices him. Try to British mysteries, traditional Scotland Yard being incompetent and dismissive. Let's go. A secure room. Yakuza 0 walking erection. Given that the doctor's flat is on the 8th floor, but obscurely locked, you might think there was no way, out of this room. Single suspicious detail provides a clue as to what went on here. Look in all 4 directions and examine the room carefully. When you think you've found the telltale detail, circle with submit. Be sure to select only one object or else it won't count. Clearly, it's these books. Clearly, it's the books. It's the Dying Saw! Oh, hi, Layton. Just checking out Layton's butt. It's Layton. Layton did it, clearly. Is it just the open window? I'm not seeing anything else other than the open window. But I don't see anything else. Oh, clearly the guy was hiding inside of this. Clearly someone is hiding in here still. Clearly. I'm just gonna circle the window. I'm gonna circle the window!
Here goes.
It's not the window! Okay.
I'm stumped.
If you're stumped, think about how your assailant could have fled the scene. Okay. Okay, I'll be honest, I'm completely out of ideas. What's going on over here? What's going on over there? What's going on over here? But I don't know how to circle that. Like, what's behind the bookcase? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this.
Just leave it to me.
No, okay. I feel like I've been...
Watch that one.
I feel like I'm being given very little information here. I feel like I've been given very little info about, like, what I'm meant to be looking for. A single suspicious detail provides a clue as to what went on here. I'm not seeing anything that... I have no idea. Looking for something suspicious, that doesn't help me. Part of the flight that Professor told me, the flight, Professor and Show Me does not contain what you're searching for. Okay. This box? I have no idea.
Let's see if this works. Looks like I botched that one.
Is it the other window? Is it the other window? I'll select the other window. I'm gonna select the other window.
Just leave it to me. Layton's apprentice strikes again.
Nice. Why that window and not the other one? Oh, I guess because the idea is... Oh, okay, so this... Okay. I think for this puzzle, you're meant to be remembering what it looked like from the outside. I think that, yeah, I didn't put it together with what it looked like from the outside. From the outside, that front window that's open leads to, like, where the flag is. There's nothing there. The flag that's to the, like, the window that's open to the left, though, there is, like, another connecting, like, that's on a corner. So you could possibly go from there into an... Is that the idea? Is that I'm meant to be connecting it with what it looks like from the outside? Because otherwise, I don't know why I'm choosing that window and not the other one. For some reason, part of the curtain has been ripped off. Okay, well, I couldn't tell... Okay. Okay, I'll be honest with the pixel detailing, I could not tell that that was meant to be torn. With the graphics, I couldn't tell that was meant to be torn. Okay. Okay. I'm being latent already. I'm being latent already.
Course. This window is missing a curtain.
I'm being Professor Layton already.
So it is. But what exactly does this have to do with my crime scene?
It means someone exited the building through this window. And I'll bet they're our culprit.
Okay, I don't think... Okay, that's not how I remember the building looking like from the outside. And I just couldn't tell that the window was, fucking had a torn thing on it. But hey, look! They traversed across this! I'm surprised that it managed to stay together that well.
I'd say that's a sound theory. Well done, my boy.
Secure room.
Oh, yes. Sound as a pound. I was just about to propose the same idea myself.
Liar!
Shh, Luke, listen. I don't believe our friend the Inspector will be of much help to us.
Probably not, no. Resolution will be our enemy in this game. Perhaps it was in the previous game as well. Whereas sometimes it's just, you know, this is a DS game. Pixel drawings are sometimes not the biggest details in the world.
What say you and I conduct a little investigation of our own?
Professor, look! There's something in Dr. Schrader's hand.
It's a puzzle!
It's an old photograph, but it's been torn into so many pieces, I can't make out the original image.
I'll be honest, I thought that was going to be a puzzle of putting it back together. Torn photograph! Torn fragments of a photograph were found in the late doctor's hand. Its current state, it's possible to make out the contents of the photo. What could it be depicting? Puzzle it together! The one type of puzzle.
What's the big idea? You can't just pour evidence in a crime scene. Get your hands off that.
Jigsaw puzzles are the one type of puzzle we're not allowed to do.
What is this anyway? Not that it matters. I'll be holding on to that. Now out with the both of you.
Aww. You found a torn photo, but Inspector Chelmy confiscated it.
Oh, but we haven't finished.
we ain't done. The trader indicated that he was in the possession of the Elysian box. That there was nothing resembling such an artifact in his home. And the person who did this thing was after the box. An interesting theory, Luke, but for the moment that's all it is. However, we do have one clue to understand today's events. Namely, that ticket. Are you thinking what I'm thinking, Professor? Indeed I am, Luke. I believe that a trip aboard the Voluntary Express is in order. We're getting a lot of mysteries very rapidly. The box's whereabouts! Somebody managed to steal the Elysian box from the trader's home without leaving a single implicating clue. Who could have made off with the box? I tell you, it's the little mouse inside the box with a gun. It decided to escape by building that. That's why the curtain didn't break tied to two different buildings. Because it was only a mouse with a box and a gun that was walking across it. He's about to find the key to unlocking this mystery on the train. But the trader did his best to point us toward the Military Express should something happen to him. Sure as fog on a London morning, I know that this train will lead us to the answers we seek. Choo-choo-choo!
Luke sped away from the city, unaware of the secrets that awaited them down those iron tracks.
We have saved. There we go. The legendary Voluntary Express. Who's the narrator? I'm assuming it's the girl from the previous game. She's just pretending to, like, be old. You know, the one character in the previous game who wasn't a robot? Okay, there was like a handful of characters who weren't robots, but the main girl who wasn't a robot. Gosh, just look at this place, Professor. So posh I feel I should be wearing a monocle. Haha, quite so, Luke. Every picture I'm visiting is the very height of decadence. I'd wager this train is just as grand. How about a little exploration? Don't remember that narration in this game. What if that's exclusive to the EU version? Alrighty. Oh, look at our fancy train. Look at our fancy graphics. Seeing going outside is a blur. Must be going really fast. Yeah, I got a hit coin. Perhaps would put me at ease in the evening. Yeah, I'm gonna hit coins. Rest truck is so heavy. I wonder what's in that. You can find out if you want, Luke. There, you can look in it. Not title screen. Close the trunk. Look at that, Luke. Your bag is wide open and your belongings are all scattered about. Oops, so they are. You should put your things away before we start exploring the train. Luke's trunk. I don't want to pick a rat. I've already got a perfect number. Luke's belongings are all over the place and need to be packed away in his trunk. Use the stylus to move objects into the trunk, making sure that none of them overlap. Why can't they overlap? When everything has been placed into the trunk, touch submit. Oh no! Can I rotate things? I'm not allowed to rotate things. Okay. Rotating is not allowed. Rotating is explicitly banned. There we go, and then advanced suitcase Tetris. Hell yeah. Da, da, da. Oh, I'm so good at video games. Oh, I'm so good at video games. Look, I even have spare space in there. I'm so good at video
Here goes.
games. What?
Well, I'm stumped.
What? What was overlapping? You overlap the shot on the boomer. Oh, the bottom. Oh, I missed that part. Oh. Oh, I meant to put that there. I guess the spare space. There we go. There we go. Luke, why'd you pack a frying pan? There we go.
Let's see if this works. Face of gun.
Luke has some interesting interests. See, now I'm reverse nice, so it's fine. It was intentional. Good work. Luke should probably should be able to close the trunk properly now. Nice, inverted successfully. It was a tight squeeze, but everything's finally packed away. We're in a rather hurry, so I suppose you didn't really have time to pack properly. I don't feel better with everything put away. Come on, Professor, let's do some exploring. Yeah. But what are those small puzzles? Professor, sugar's covered with ants. Oh dear, I have to remember to get sugar from my tea elsewhere. Curious though, isn't it? How did they get here? Speaking of ants, try this one on for size, Luke. There we go! We are now officially in the realm of puzzles have nothing to do with anything. The Ants' Journey. Busy ants work tirelessly carrying food back to their nest. One such ant was returning with food when she bumped into an acquaintance in front of the nest. What are you playing at? Didn't you notice that you took the longest possible path to get back to the nest? Think about where you're going next time. No, the ant never traveled on the same path twice. Can you trace the route the returning ant, to get to her nest? So deliberately go as far as possible. Okay. There we go. Okay. So I'd assume not that way, because that will cut, like, we want to get the really long path here. And then, ants in the sugar, I thought this was a fancy train. Apparently not, sadly. Da 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 da. I mean, that looks. I just farted that together. But that looks pretty inefficient in an efficient way. That looks alright. Fuck it, no balls.
Let's see if this.
Wow! Wow! I
That was almost too easy.
got that without even trying. Inefficient. There we go. That's right. Perhaps all the heavy lifting in this little ant's from thinking about her path home. Unless she thought about where she was going, she could have saved herself a lot of walking. There it is. There it is. Yeah, just cut out all of the short paths. There we go. I am so good at video games. You got it, my boy. Well, no fan amounts of my sugar. You have to admire their craftiness and work ethic. It's because even the sugar volunteer expresses extra fancy. I'm sure those ants are genuine sugar connoisseurs. I still answer my sugar though. Where do you suppose these little chaps came from? Does the rug remind you of anything? Yeah, we go. So now that I'm on this, what a delightful pair of lace curtains. Yeah, now that I'm on this, I can just rapid fire fucking spam everywhere for clicking, and we can just see what happens. I can just rapid fire this shit. Remember, Luke, we're here to find the Elysian box, so don't get too sidetracked. Professor Layton, this is a Professor Layton game. There's puzzles. Yeah, they told me twice, Professor. I only start by investigating the train. Professor and Luke decided, the Professor and Luke decided to explore the Military Express. Hello there. I hear the rooms in the front of the train are super duper fancy and the doorknobs are made of gold. Anyway, listen to this story about ants after getting, don't get too sidetracked though. Not all I didn't say for really rich people. So mistress, are you really rich? Because if you are, oh misters, you can go see the super duper fancy rooms. Super duper fancy rooms. The number of extremely wealthy can enter. My young friend is currently informed there must be a set of deluxe rooms in the next carriage. I'll have to see what those look like, but they're simply smashing. Go to my granny's. Where are you two going? We're actually out looking for something there. Sadly, we don't know where it is. So we find a clue to point us in the right direction. We simply have to continue looking. That sounds like a lot of work. Here, I'll tell you a puzzle to take your mind off that stuff. A strip of paper. After trying to fold a strip of paper in half, you notice that one side of the fold strip is 1 centimeter longer than the other. Determined to get it right, fold the strip again and discover that now the other end of the fold strip is 1 centimeter longer than the other. You've made 2 fold creases in the strip. What distance in millimeters between the 2 creases? Oh, we're writing. Okay. Touch input, and then write 31. Write a 1, and then, yeah. Okay, so what's the exact thing? One side of the folded strip is 1 centimeter longer than the other. Determined to get it right, you fold the strip again and discover that the other end of the folded strip is 1 centimeter longer than the other. You've now made 2 folds. All the distance between the creases. I thought it was like, whereabouts in the middle do you want to do that? Well, wouldn't it be 2? Because like this is 1 centimeter gap here. If you were to pull them evenly, you're moving it up. No, well, actually, no, you'd. No, because this is 1 millimeter over. If you move this up a millimeter, only half of that distance is coming from here, which is half. And to go another millimeter further, then you're pulling it out again. Only half. It should be 1. I'm gonna say 1. If my math is mathing on this, it should just be 1.
And now to test my theory.
No, okay, never mind. My math is not mathing.
Well, I suppose you can't win them all.
Oh, I'm answering in millimeters, aren't I? Oh, I'm answering in millimeters. I'm answering in millimeters. I was thinking they were both centimeters. No, because they're both millimeters. It could be a different answer. But yeah, like, so if this section here is 1 centimeter away, if you pull this up, half of that distance will come from here. Half of the distance will come from here. So this side, like, this first crease has moved up half a centimeter. But then if this is a centimeter over, then how much comes from here doesn't matter. That's with the whole... 15! 15. Whoop, 15. I had an issue in previous game of overthinking things too much, and now I'm just full ballsing it.
This puzzle solved.
No, I don't... Okay.
Well, I suppose that's one possibility eliminated.
I feel like I'm misunderstanding the question. Or, like, misunderstanding, like, what they're doing for it. Yeah, okay, so, yeah, if it's a centimeter apart, this crease has to move up half a centimeter to match this. It can't... If it moves up a full centimeter, then wouldn't it be over... Would it be overgoing it? I don't... or would it be fully... Like, is it just as simple as 20? This is why, like, I overthink things too much. I'm overthinking things too much. That is the issue, is like, I try to overthink it, and then I get confused in terms of, like, what I'm actually thinking of. One side of fold strip is 1 centimeter longer than the other. So there's a gap here of a centimeter. So you fold this up. I'm gonna say 10. I'm gonna say 10. I'm gonna see what happens if I say 10.
Now to test my theory.
My original thought process was right.
Huh. Wonderful.
My original thought process was right. I just said it in centimeters, not millimeters. That's what I mean. I'm overthinking it. That's what I mean. I'm overthinking it. I'm overthinking it. That's what. Yeah. I got it wrong the first time because I answered it in the wrong measurement. And then I was just like, okay, rethink the question when no, my original thought process was correct. Distance increases is 1 centimeter, 10 millimeters. Have trouble visualizing it. This. Imagine the matchbox shown above is the height of 1 centimeter. Imagine the matchbox's sides were removed. Looks like wait. Imagine the matchbox shown above has the height of 1 centimeter. Imagine that one of the matchbox's sides was removed. It just looks like your strip of paper after being folded twice. Excess length of your folds is represented by the remaining sides. I feel like this is making it harder to understand. I feel like this description makes it harder to understand. Inches and tenth of an inch. Layton's explanation is more complicated than the actual. Like, what does this mean? Okay, imagine the max book shown above as the height of a centimeter, which is this. Yeah, height of a centimeter. That one side was removed. It looks like your strip of paper after being folded twice. Oh, I guess, yeah, because you're saying that's over by a centimeter and then that's over by a centimeter. That is a more complicated explanation. You got it! Oh, so that's you're wearing must be thinking caps or something. Hope you find whatever you're looking for, misters. A strip of paper. Yeah, hit coins. My latest corridors are quite high quality too. Okay, so that's our room. I wanna go in these rooms. I'm not allowed to go in these rooms. So are these the fancy ones?
I suppose these accommodations will do. I do hope my darling boy will be pleased.
See, my accents aren't that exaggerated comparatively.
That reminds me, I believe it's dinner time for my sweet baby. I'm off to visit the dining car.
They could hire me for the next Professor Layton and it would work. They could do it. They could do it. Bet I love you. Oh, I was just talking about the expensive on the Momentary Express. Talk about rich and flashy. Quite, this trade is full of well-heeled patrons, just like the woman we met. We must watch our deeds and words here. Formal setting demands of formal matters, don't you think? Absolutely, Professor. Give me coins. Alright. Which doors can I can go on those doors. Which means kid coins! There we go. Hell yeah. So let's just invade this cabin. Let's see what's in here. It's a really interesting picture. Suits the room's ambiance. Lamb sweet it is. Scenery's a blur. Picture! I found a picture of a picture. Just look at the craftsmanship of this picture, Luke. I'm almost certain it was handmade. And yeah, something as ordinary as a picture can be so fancy. What can be more relaxing than sitting in your suite with a cold beverage and watching the sunset? Not everything that's served in pictures is good to drink, however. Look at this puzzle, for example. I'm ready for it, Professor. This is a picture of acid. How much should you not drink it? A sour defeat. Alrighty. Two men, known here as 1 and 2, are playing a strange game. First, both men put their empty pitchers on the table. Next, the judge brings a pitcher filled with vinegar and places it in either spot A or B. The judge then starts shifting the vinegar from one pitcher to any adjacent pitcher over and over. After moving the liquid 55 times, the owner of the vinegar-filled pitcher must down it in one. Ugh. If you were the judge and secretly wanted 2 to drink the vinegar, would you place the pitcher down in spots A or B? Okay. Okay. Okay, so if you put it into B, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, I'd say B, because you can only do an odd number of steps to get it there. Where if it's here, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm gonna say B.
Here goes.
55 times. There we go.
That was almost too easy.
There we go. Nicely done. The vinegar changes picture 55 times, which is an odd number of pours. Regardless of where you place your picture, whichever picture sits in the middle of the three will always contain the vinegar after an odd number of pours. Therefore, in order for man 2 to drink, the vinegar filled pitcher must go on spot 2. Because doing so will put man 2... Actually, there wouldn't have been one on the other side, but that doesn't make a difference for the way I was doing it. In order for man 2 to drink, the vinegar filled pitcher must go on spot B. Because doing so will put man 2's pitcher in the middle, thus guaranteeing the vinegar end up in his pitcher. Regional difference in this US, this was pitcher of poison, and also you're trying to get one into jug 1 instead. We don't know why those needed to be changed, I don't know. The poison I can understand of just being like, you want to kill someone. But why was it trying to get into jug 1 and not jug 2? The owner of jug 2 just deserves to be vinegared a little bit. The owner of jug 1 needs to be killed. Let's flip a coin to see who drinks it. Excellent work. Now let's press on, shall we? Mustn't stand around all day. I'm now doing this. I'm now remembering the sheer percentage of the Layton games that are puzzles. Let me just... Can I even try? Yeah, I gotta see the dial again and actually try this way. Oh, no, what kind of luxuries there are in that carriage. Jesus. Alright there, man. Sam Thunder's entrances, characters for VIPs only, capiche? Now, I know you like to sneak a peek, but the whole carriage has been booked. That's a no-go. Better reserve rooms in this carriage for super rich mega tycoons. Indeed. What would it almost be like to have that much space in yourself to own a train of this caliber? Well, for now, I suppose you'll just have to keep wondering, eh, Professor? Ha ha ha. Yes, quite. Don't like you laughing at me for being poor, boy. Alrighties, onwards we go. Dining car! Oh god, there's so many people. Oh, there's so many people. Oh. Professor, why don't we get something to eat? My stomach's been grumbling something fierce. I wanted to investigate things, see if I could get coins. Oh. There's all stuff there is to eat. It seems that the Motor Express is first class operation right down to the kitchen. Oh, my passenger's in the kitchen! I'm sorry, but we just can't have that. Those courtesy yours probably violates all sorts of health regulations, you know? I'll have you know, there's nothing at all dirty about our clothes. So you like short stuff, but that doesn't change the fact that I'm running the kitchen here. Did you stop and think about what could happen if yucky outside germs went in here because of you? I see your points. Terribly sorry for the intrusion. Any worry we may have caused. Good day, sir. Oh, alright, I'm sorry too, sir. Wait, what's that? That reminds me of a puzzle. Professor, look here, it seems our friend the cook has been keeping a pet in the kitchen. Just a hamster eating all the food. Not arguing the lecture about other people about germs. Hamster spotted. Oh boy, I guess the cat's out of the bag now. There's no against the rules to keep a pet in the kitchen, but he's my only friend, see? Furry or not, he's the only creature I've got to talk to in here. My, he certainly is generously proportioned, isn't he? He's a hamster, I presume? Of course he's a hamster! Quiet dignity makes him the noblest of all creatures. When I first started working here, I needed someone to keep me company, so I brought him. Being as a venom, all the table scraps like back, which makes for a diet that's a bit, rich. He's really piled on the pounds, to be honest. I'm starting to wonder if it isn't bad for his health. The poor thing! I wonder, can I ask you a favor? Would you mind looking after my friend for a while? When he's here with me, I can't help but feed him. But the scraps of foie gras and pastry soon add up. You mean you want to take care of him and help get him into shape? Sounds like a great idea to me. Maybe you're silly, well, this isn't anything like that. He's just a hamster. What do you think, Professor? Can we keep him for a little while? Well, I've always said the helping verdants in need is among the duties of every true gentleman. Layton, how often have you said that? You may have said that once in the previous game. I don't think you say it always, though. You have to take custody of this hamster until you search some of that excess passage. He is always saying this. Thank you so much. It's a real weight off my shoulders. And off his waist, hopefully. The hamster minigame has been added to the trunk. Hamster is its own fucking menu option. You can check on the hamster by touching the hamster icon inside the professor's trunk. One more thing. He's not been seeing the little fella for a while. Could you give him this apple? He loves them so. Hamster toy! Okay, I'm going to his furry friends. Please look after him. Don't worry, he's in good hands. We can name the hamster! We can name the hamster! Oh god. The pressure. How many letters do we get? We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Damn, Cunt Destroyer won't fit. The missile? My brain was going for some. My brain was thinking something along the lines of like Sergeant Death. Hold on, show this never see again. Here, I take my dear pet and only friends. So my brain's going for something like Sergeant Death. That's kind of what I want to lean towards. I like that name for a hamster. He's gotten very high up in ranks. He's a sergeant now. I'm gonna go for. Is that how you abbreviate sergeant? Is that how you actually? That is the most important question here. Is that the abbreviation for sergeant? Is it SGT? Yes, SGT is sergeant. There we go. I think so. There we go. Everyone, welcome aboard, Sergeant Death. Lucas names the portly hamster Sergeant Death. There we go. Okay, little Sergeant Death. From now on, anywhere I go, you'll go too. Squeak! Squeak, squeak! Haha. Appears that your way with animals has earned you with your friends, Luke. I think so too, Professor. Alright, let's play with Sergeant Death. Sergeant Death! Use any items you can get a hold of to help that sluggish hamster get back in shape. Items at your disposal are shown at the top of the touch screen. Is this like a thing to actually clear by the end of the game? Drag items at the start, so position them in the hamster's playground. Hamster knows any items within 3 spaces of his position. He won't react to any items 4 or more spaces away, so really think about where you place items. Oh, is this the equivalent of like the rooms from the previous game? Is that what this is? Instead of like, oh, organize their rooms with furniture, it's now just organize items for Hamster to play with. Touch an item to see the properties it has. Take advantage of special properties of each item to maximize the hamster's workout. Place all items that you want them to touch exercise to get the hamster moving. As he interacts with an item, it disappears from the playgrounds. Yeah, this is the one. Okay. His workout ends when all items are gone or when he can't find the next item. Each time the hamster walks the number of steps listed as his goal, he'll get a little healthier. If the hamster does peak physical condition, something good will happen. Design a course. Place items down the grid in a way that makes the hamster walk as far as possible. Touch an item to see its special characteristics. As the hamster's favorite snack, when he comes within 3 spaces of it, he'll ignore all other items around him and walk straight towards it. So, okay. Because it said it ends when, like... Do we want to wait for more items to do this? Or is it okay to do this? Like, do we want to wait until we get more to start doing this? Will it fuck us over if we, like, start doing some of it now? Because, I mean, the items you can just do before you can just rearrange however you want it and eventually. There's no harm in playing with it now. Okay. So we need to get him to go as far as we can. Which is basically 3 steps away. Oh my god!
Moving and stuff.
I didn't expect it to be in 3D. Sergeant Death walked 3 steps, wasn't able to reach his goal. I wasn't expecting anything in this game to be 3D. Oh, okay. So basically, I need enough items to be able to get to the goal now. Okay. Okay. So we'll get more items and it's gonna make him do what we can. Gotcha, okay. So we'll get more stuff and then we can worry about that. I understand. That's adorable. That is adorable. Hamster. I'm going to enjoy Sergeant Death. I'm gonna miss my furry friends. Please look after him. Don't worry, he's in good hands. Can you imagine all the dishes they must have to do? They look great. They must be farm fresh. Yeah, they're farm fresh. Hey! Sorry, I'm trying to steal any money. Even the bread costs a fortune. No. What do we got over here? Look, just be grateful that I didn't name the hamster some variation of thunder. Oh, there's the train. It's kind of dim lit and dreary in here. Great vegetables. They must be farm fresh. Just be grateful I didn't call the hamster thunder something. That's what you should all be grateful for. More than anything else. Anyways, I was trying to just click on stuff. Oh, fuck. Okay. Go and click on that. Okay. Come back out. Anyone want to talk to us? God damn it. Maybe out a spam click is possibly going to cause some issues. Possibly going to cause some issues. I'm dreadfully sorry, sir. I'm afraid all the seats in our fine establishment are taken right now. What a pity. Indeed it is, sir. Well, while you're waiting for a table, may I interest you in a puzzle? No pretense at all in this game. We're already at the point where the entire pretense of puzzles is gone, and it's just dialogue. By the way, here is puzzle. 4 couples. We're gonna work out how they're all gonna have a threesome with an orgy with each other when no one has sex with the same partner more than once. God, I wish restaurants give me puzzles while I wait for a table. Yeah, normally you have to wait until you get to the table, and then the placemat itself is the puzzle. But it's just like, why are you giving me the puzzle placemat as I'm getting my food? I can't, then I have to put the food onto the placemat, now I can no longer solve the puzzle. And it's also, I don't need to do the puzzle when I have the food because the time's already been occupied. It's so backwards. It's so backwards. 4 couples sit in crowded dining car. All diners are sitting next to or across from their partners. The Joneses are sitting by the aisle. The mustachioed Mr. O'Connor is sitting next to his wife. Mr. Lambert is sitting opposite of his wife. Using information above, can you determine where Miss Hadley is sitting? Circle her and touch to submit. Okay, so the mustachioed Mr. Connor, that's this one here. Is that the only mustachioed man? I'm assuming so, basing on the looks of it. He's sitting next to his wife, which is Mrs. O'Connor. So these are the Connors. They're sitting here. Lambert is opposite his wife, so none of you can be Lambert. And the Joneses are sitting by the aisle. Okay. So the Connors are A and B, so they're wiped out. Lambert is across from his wife, so Lambert can't be E or F. Lambert can only be one of these. But the Joneses are sitting by the aisle. Well, it can't be these 2 Joneses. Like, they've got to be across the aisle, but it can't be these because these are all the Connors. So these are the Connors, these are the Joneses, which I would assume would make this Lambert, and that was this. So Mrs. Hadley should be E? I'm going for it.
Consider this puzzle solved.
Hey! Sorry, E!
And there we have
it was
it.
A. That's right, Mr. Connor sitting next to his wife, so all the people on the left must be sitting next to their spouses. Lambert sitting opposite his wife, so he must be sitting at the right-hand table. Jones are sitting by the aisle, so they must be C and G. Leaves E and F as the Hadleys. Hey! There we go. That's exactly right, sirs. They say that nothing whets the appetite like a hearty puzzle. And it appears that a table has just become available. One of the couples decided to leave because we were talking about where they were sitting. It was rather awkward for them, so they left. So you can take their seats now if you would like. But if you're sitting opposite each other, you have to be a couple. That's legally how the train works. Allow me just a moment to tidy up, and I'll be happy to escort you to your seats. Great. Oh, I'm starving. Oh, good. I think it's finally ready. We'll be taking our seats then. Madame, please just wait a moment. I'm sure these passengers have been waiting long. Nonsense! We're not hear another word of this. You better take these. You take these people before us. We are insulted. I do apologize, madame. It's simply that these gentlemen arrived before you. We would not be kept waiting. Do you understand? Not a single second. Now out of our way, madame. Talk about pushy. I do apologize, sirs. There's a lovely observation deck in the last carriage of the train. Just feel free to relax there for a few minutes while I prepare a new table for you. Maintaining one's composure while dealing with difficult customers is truly admirable. If I was in your shoes, I would have told them to fuck off like a gentleman would. Come, Luke. Let's give him some breathing room. We'll take a look at the deck and return to the dining car later. The Professor and Luke decide to visit the train's observation deck. Big emphasis on the word decide there. Hello there! Welcome aboard, sir. May I interest you in a refreshing beverage or a scrumptious snack? We're waiting on a scrumptious snack, actually. Thank you, man. I don't think we need any snacks right now. Of course you don't. And I put all my best smile for nothing. Most passengers in the dining car. So ritzy, I can't say I blame them. Competition like that, it's hard to sell so much as a cup of tea. I love some scrum some snacks right now. I'll scrum them so fucking hard. I'm so bored! I gotta wait till my shift finishes. Help me pass time with a puzzle, would ya? Pile of pancakes 1. Animation. Here's a tasty puzzle for you. Can you move the pile of pancakes from the blue plate on the left to the red plate on the right? Wait, that's not easy. Let's follow these rules. It's this classic one, yeah. It's this classic puzzle. You only one pancake at a time. You cannot place pancake on top, one that's smaller. Use the blue plate to move his pancakes as many times as you like. Okay, okay. Boom, 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 boom.
Here goes.
Pancakes of Hanoi, that's the
Layton's
one.
apprentice
Yeah, that is
strikes again.
I think my favorite version of this that I've ever done. I'm positive if the Hanoi Towers have ever come up in a thing before, because it's a very, very classic puzzle. So it's probably come up in a stream before, and I've probably mentioned it before. My favorite variant that I've ever done of this was at, I believe, year 11 school camp. Because we had these, we had the Towers of Hanoi, but it was 6 stacks high. But it was car tires. So it was just increasingly huge car tires on the stacks, and we had to follow the same rules, and it was 6 high. So we had, like, it was a race between however many groups it was. It was a race between groups. So it was not just a case of, do you know how to solve the puzzle? It's a case of, the tires are fucking heavy as hell, and you are having to constantly move them back and forth. And so it was, I think it was a race between 2 or 3 sides. My favorite variant I've ever done of that. And yes, my team did win because I was the person who knew how to solve it from the beginning. Because, working at a news agency, it actually, working at a news agency is the reason that I got introduced to the Towers of Hanoi, because there was a book series. They call them Partworks. If you've ever seen any of those magazines where it's just like, collect the whole series of all these books, or like, as you buy each magazine, you get extra parts to like build a thing, like a car or a ship or anything. In the industry, they're called Partworks. But there was a Partworks series of wooden puzzles. It was just a whole bunch of different wooden puzzle toys. And the very first one in that series was the Towers of Hanoi. So I, like, very early working in a news agency, I saw one of those and I bought it because I was interested in the puzzles. So I solved that puzzle, and then like a year later, went to year 11 camp, and here is this. And it's meant to be a puzzle for people to solve then and there, while also moving them all. But I'm just immediately just like, I've seen this before, I know how to solve it. And people are just like, what do you, and I'm just like, what do you mean? I'm just like, I already know how to solve it. And I'm just like, trust me, move this tire to the to this one, and we'll be able to immediately finish it from here. Because it was 6, yeah, it was just like, move the smallest tire to the middle pole, move the second tire over to the last pole, and we'll immediately be able to finish it from here. And it's just very obvious what we're going to do from there. We just need to keep going. And people trusted me, thankfully, and yeah, we crushed it. But it was also car tires, so they were also fucking heavy as shit. It was exhausting, but it was very fun. Puzzle actually variant, the famous Tower of Hanoi. There we go. It actually mentions it in game, yeah. It actually mentions that, yes, this is the Tower of Hanoi. Check out the brain on you, kiddo. So isn't our next sub is in a dinky little 2-cow village called Dropstone, right? There's like nothing there. Wish we could stop somewhere more exciting for a change. But I guess that's working a job for you. Sometimes you have to deal with crippling boredom. Is this gonna be like this entire game? The entire game's on the train and we just stop at various places? It really is just Chapter 6 of Paper Mario. And the 1,000-Year Door. Which I'm okay with, because that chapter fucking rules. So, oh, sorry, is that one here at the moment? Let's check again later. We invaded the other room and just started solving puzzles with pictures of poison. Why are we being patient on this one? I'm busting all the other characters. But I can. I want more coins. So, Professor, that shack over there seem familiar to you. Yes, it does. Didn't it? Wasn't it like halfway through the game we found this house in the previous game? I swear it was significantly longer into the first game before we came across this house. Indeed, unless I'm mistaken, this must be the residence of you-know-who. I think it should be a big help to us again. Oh, okay, I can't do anything with it. I wonder if the brooms can fly. Can I do anything with this at the moment? Is this a bucket or a cauldron? Doesn't seem like I can actually do anything with the house at the moment. It's just sitting there. Alright, okay. But hey! We've come across that very early. Oh my goodness. My, what a lovely deck. Ah, it's the best! The breeze feels great! Indeed, and the scenery is simply breathtaking. Look, Luke, you can see a lake over there. Sky's so blue, and just look at all those trees fly by. Now that's what I call a view. All this talk of pristine scenery reminds me of a puzzle I once heard. Why don't you try it? Layton, how do you remember all these puzzles? How do you remember them all? Trees in the forest. I was about to say, don't be a sliding puzzle. The forest below contains 4 different types of trees. You start to divide 4 sections, each containing 1 of each type of tree. Oh! Is this Kokoro or Suguru? There's a specific name for this type of puzzle, and I forget what it is. It's either Kokoro or Suguru, and I can never remember the exact name of what type it is. Layton's brain is composed of 1/3 puzzles, 1/3 dinosaur bones, 1/3 gentleman tips. There is very little else. Is that done? Is that? No, it's not, because there's a thing over here. No, that's doubled up. So what other tree is doubled up in which zone? Oh, there's 2 of these ones in this zone. Okay, so that doesn't work at all, then. Balls! Damn, okay. Reset. Restart! This is how you start these puzzles. You throw shit at a wall and see what happens. You throw shit at a wall and you see what happens. So now let's go this way. Well, immediately. No, that's not gonna work because of this down here. Okay, well, this has to go up this way. This has to go... This line has to divide here. This line obviously has to divide here. We can start with that. We can start with the lines that we know have to exist. So those lines have to exist. And a line here has to exist. That's how you're probably meant to actually start these in terms of, like, puzzle solving. You just gotta do shit. You just throw shit at a wall and see what happens. That's what I do. And look how effective it is. Look how good I am at literally everything I have ever attempted in my entire life. No, go back. Nope, because... okay. I guess this has to go... Yeah, because this has to go with one of these trees. So this kind of has to go this way. Because if these lines have to be here, there's no other way to get this to connect with one of the dead trees. Which means that this would go here. And that would still be here. There we go! Wait, let me double check. Yep, so, yep, dead, yellow, red, pine, dead, yellow, red, pine, Dead yellow red pine and dead yellow red pine. There we go. There we
Here
go.
goes.
There we go.
That was almost too easy.
So I'm so good at puzzles. Very nice. I'll take a moment to admire the gorgeous scenery. Tetris. That's exactly it. Well done. Oh, did you expect any less, Professor? Hehehe. Feels like a nice idea. I almost forgot we're supposed to be searching for the Elysian box, also known as the Pandora's box, also known as the Diabolical box. Can't say I blame you, Luke, but that box led poor Andrew to his death. Come what may, I will solve this mystery. Of course! I can't believe this is the game where Luke dies, because we're going to get to the end of the game, and the only way to save Professor Layton is for Luke to open it, and then Luke is going to die at the end of this. I can't believe it. It's a tragic, it's a bold turn for the series, I'm not going to lie though. I think we finally have a good grasp of this train's layout. Let's begin our investigation proper. Okay, Professor, let's get to it. They decided to begin. How is now when we're starting the investigation of the train? How is this the start of the investigation? I found paper. I found a scrambled up bit of paper. Someone's left some rubbish on the deck here. Someone who got no manners. Luke, a true gentleman, cleans up after himself and others should the need arise. We say we take care of this mess. Cleaning up 1. This is 45. First we have to examine the train, then explore the train. Now we can investigate it. Ah, I get ya. Could we have gone like at least the first stream? Before this shit started? I wanna cry! Why? Why does this so immediately have to be what's happening? Why does it so instantly have to be this? Chat, have I mentioned I want to die lately? Has this come up? That I long for death? I don't know if I've brought this up lately, but I long for death.
And now to test my theory.
I hate everything.
And there we have it.
Can we not play Professor Layton games anymore? Can we not do this? Can we quit this series and not play the games anymore? I'm so sick of this shit already. I'm so fucking sick of this shit. They just... Oh! Oh! Great, there. Now there's no litter cluttering up that amazing view. Because we got the slide puzzle out of the fucking way. Wonderful, isn't it? Keeping at a place tidy really brightens it up. The thing is that it says 1. Luke, everyone, just jump off the back of the train. It's not worth being here anymore. Maya's observation deck certainly does command an impressive view. Chair's a bit different, but it's still really stylish. I can spend a pleasant afternoon here with some tea. I accidentally moved the cat. I mean, oh shit, did I? Oh fuck it, I did fuck it up. Shit! Shit, 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 shit. I fucked it up. Shit! Give me a second. There we go, I fixed it. I accidentally grabbed the side of the window and I slid it in a little bit so it shrunk the size of the window. But this is why I deliberately set the window size to be ×2. So if the size ever changed, I could go back to ×2 window size. So it keeps the OBS correct. Whoops. I'm glad I thought ahead on that and didn't make the screen size an arbitrary size. I'm glad I made it an exact amount. That is a setting in the program. I'm very glad that I did that. Alright, let's head back. Oh, hello there! Hello there, gentlemen, sir. I'm gonna go in here and see if anyone's in here now. Nope, nope, still no one here. The house being here does imply that we're just on the train constantly for the entire game, though. Granny is
nothing
out.
like travel by rail to put a spring in your step.
Hello there, Mr. Beluga.
I couldn't agree more. And there's no better way to do it than on a train as fine as yours, Mr. Beluga.
Oh, is this the owner of the train?
So you know my name, do you?
But of course, this train and its owner have quite a reputation in
It's
London.
the owner of the Voluntary Express.
I've seen your face in the papers more than a few times.
Oh, is that so now?
We're impressing him by knowing him.
I'm sorry, my friend, but I can't say I know you as well as you seem to know me.
The name is Herschel Layton. I'm a professor of archaeology by trade, but a train enthusiast on the side.
I like how I do appreciate how he doesn't introduce himself as Professor Layton. He's always just like, no, I'll give you my actual name. He doesn't call himself Professor Layton to other people. I'm a train enthusiast on the side. I'm a lot of things on the side. But for this one, for convenience sake, I'm a train enthusiast.
I've heard tales of this train's grandeur, so I decided it was time to experience it firsthand.
Well, isn't that something? It certainly is a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Layton, was it?
I don't think I've ever been on a train personally that's had, like, rooms like this. I've seen it a bunch in shows and stuff. I don't think I've ever been on a train where it has rooms like this. Every train I've been on, even long distance, long hours spent aboard the train, have been laid out like a normal train, where everything is just seats.
Oh my, just...
I'm not at this level of
late.
grandeur.
I really have to run. Do enjoy your time aboard.
I hear it's incredibly nice to ride one, though. It's one of those things where it's like, it's similar to, expensive flights on a plane. The train and the plane are my means to get to the destination, not the destination. So I don't want to spend the extra money on that part when I can save that money for what I do when I get to the end. I've been on some, but none this fancy. Why don't we head back to the dining car now, Luke? I've worked up quite an appetite. The professor and Lou decide to visit the dining car a second time. Okay, so is that our entire investigation of the train? We said we've decided to investigate it. Investigate it meant pick up a scrap of paper and talk to the owner of the train. We have now decided to eat. Oh, welcome back. Gosh, I'm just about to keel over from boredom. Sure, the job pays well, but it's slow. So slow, it's painful. Oh, hell yeah. Mood. Anyone here yet? No one's here still. Investigation complete. Time for dinner. Welcome back, sirs. My deepest apologies for the long wait. Let me show you to your seats. Great. Finally time to eat. My sentiments exactly. Wow, look at all these choices. It's enough to make my head spin. Oh, look over there. There's some sort of commotion going on. You call this haute cuisine? I call it slop. It's so much slop, it's Paris slop. Are you telling me you serve this to customers? I'll mix them all right away, sir. There, get that mess out of my sight this instant. But of course, I'm very sorry to have displeased you. Turns out Sergeant Death was actually the cook, the talented cook. It is actually Ratatouille. And another thing, look at these vases in that picture. Talk about tacky, replace them immediately. But sir, that piece was quintessential work by the world-renowned. I don't care, the Queen of England painted it. Replace it and be quick about it. Of course, sir. I'll start making the arrangements immediately. So why are you standing on the table to get your point across? Wasn't that the same man we saw earlier? I don't think I've ever seen anyone so bossy. And loud. That was indeed Mr. Beluga. A shame that picture wasn't to his taste. I think it's marvelous. Speaking of pictures, Luke, I have a most intriguing puzzle for you. Professor, I'm about to eat. He's short fire. He doesn't need to stand on a table to get his point across, though. He doesn't need to stand on a table to get the point across. A work of art. What is it? The drawing below is made up of curved lines that intersect, they intersect the correct sections. If you want to color in the entire canvas so no section touches the same colors, what's the fewest number of colors you can use? You can use color as many times as you like, as long as it doesn't touch a section with the same color. Wait, if you want to color in the entire canvas so that no section touches a section of the same color, what's the fewest number of colors you can use? So I mean, I can actually press it. I'm trying to look for a spot that has the most amount of, like, what spot has the most amount of things touching each other? Along the same line, kind of thing. Because, like, here, you need 3 colors here. For this little section here. You need 3 colors because all 3 of these segments touch each other. So it's just, is there a section where there's 4 segments that all touch each other? Because if not, you might be able to get away with 3. Like this this touches a lot. But this segment, like, it touches this, and this, and this, and this, and this. But they're all, and this one. Actually, no, it doesn't touch that one. It touches all those, but they're all diagonals to each other. So in theory, they could all be the same color on the outside, and then it would still just be a different color on the inside. So it's just a case of if there's any sections that are like this. If there's any that are that, which I'm trying to look at to see if that's a thing. I'm not seeing any off the top of my head that are that or more. Because like this one, again, the sections that it touches, they're diagonal. This has sections that are all diagonal. I'm gonna say 3 and see what happens. Mmm. I'm gonna say that and see what happens.
Let's see if this...
There, I was right! I was right!
Jake,
There we go. I couldn't see any other sections that required more than that. There we go. See, it was the exact thing I was talking about. It's the exact thing I was talking about. I'm glad I was able to logic that out. Okay, yeah. Yeah. You'll need 3 colors to fill in the drawing. Most of the drawing can be done with 2, but 1 pesky in the bottom left corner requires a 3rd color to complete. There we go. There we go. Yay. My logic was right in terms of, like, you need things that are not diagonal. I like to think of these coloring puzzles as a really fucked up checkerboard. That's basically what it is, yeah. Because they're all diagonals. And the way that all of the lines intersect, every color... Like, the only things that touch it, there's always a space that's a diagonal in between it because of the way they intersect. So you have to look for the space where that isn't the case. Expertly solved, Duke. Otherwise, that's an appealing meal. I feel the rest is in order. We're too tired to our room. Oh, I didn't even get to eat my food. Hello there, sorry to interrupt your game, but there's something important you should know. As you progress through the story, some puzzles will disappear from their original locations. Puzzles are then moved to Granny Middleton's shack where they can be solved at any time. Here's the first set of puzzles to be sent to the shack. When puzzles appear on the next screen, it means there are no unsolved puzzles right now. Yo, let's go! Let's go! It means I got all the puzzles, I think. Or at the very least, the puzzles might still exist. They just haven't moved yet, I guess. The Professor and Luke decide to return to their room in Carriage 3. Thank you for your patronage, sir. Hope I can see your liking. Oh yes, the menu was excellent, both its variety and execution. You honor us, sir. Professional waitress such as myself live for praise such as yours. Shall I provide you with the bill? Oh, I do apologize, sir, but it seems to, I've forgotten your order. Could you enlighten me? Luke's big dinner. The puzzle here is just working out how to split the bill. Are you sure you can really eat all that? You put in quite an order there. No problem, Professor. I'll clear my plate and still have room for more. It's no wonder the Professor is concerned, as Luke's order cost twice than what his own did. Below you can see all the items the two ordered along with their prices. Touch the prices of the item that Luke ordered. Oh, so I'm like selecting them. Okay. Okay. Does everything here evenly go half into another thing? Like 8, 16 is double, 12, no, it's already fucked up. No, I'm not allowed to cheat. Boo! But I'm not allowed to cheat. Okay, what is the total number? Let's do some math. 8 plus 12, 20, 33, pardon me, 47, 63, 80, 100. I feel like I've already... Can I not math? I feel like I already fucked up because it's 105 and it's meant to be... someone's costing twice what the other did. Oh, that divides into... No, 100... Does 105 divide into 3? Yeah, it does divide into 3. How much is that? How much is 105 divided by 3? 30. 35! 35? 35? 35! Alrighty, so we just gotta work out what adds up to 70. If we work out what adds up to 70, then we're all good. Now we just need to make numbers add up to 70 out of what we've got here. Luke is a greedy pig. And I have this one. So 25. That's another what? What's 25 off of 70? My brain is so bad at math. 45. 45. Okay. Okay. Because I was going to say that's 30, but then that's not 45. Damn it. It may not be the big one. So now it's just a matter of getting shit to add up to 70. What? Okay, what? With the numbers that we've got here, how many, like, combinations can we make that are 10s? Well, this is 10, so that's a 30. And then you have, like, that's 20. But that's not good enough. What do these numbers add up to? No, that's 10. Shit. Wait, what are they? No, that shit. Damn it. I'm trying. There's too many numbers. Numbers are hard. Numbers are hard. I'm rounding up to 70. 70, 70, 70, 70, 70, 70, 70. Alright, let's just click on shit and add shit and see how many I gotta add or subtract, and we'll see what we get to. This is now just trying to do a lot of maths in my head and try to keep track of what math in my head I'm trying to do. I just gotta click on shit, add up that, and I'm above or under, just add and subtract until it works. So this is 33. Yeah, 33, 47. Oh, it's that. Is that right? Yeah, 40, 50. That's 60. That's 60. This is 60. So I'm 20 up. No, I'm 10 off. So I need to add 10. Boom, boom. That doesn't add 10. That might, no. Brain math. Okay, sorry. This is 60, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's 60. So I need to add 10. So if I add this, I take off 15. Right? So we're now at okay, I have to take off 15. If I take off 15... Would it be easier to work out what adds up to 35? Would it be easier to work out what adds up to 35 and then everything else is just that? It might be easier to work out what adds up to 35. I'm trying to do this without a calculator, and it says my brain is bad at maths. It's bad at, like, keeping all the math in my head at the same time together. That's the thing that I'm not good at. Like, maths is fine. It's just trying to mentally process, like, a lot of it in a row that my brain short circuits out of trying to remember. Because I forget... Like, the issue of trying to do a lot of math in a row like that is my brain forgets what the prior math I was doing was. I very much can, like, focus on one mental operation at a time. Okay, unselect everything. What adds up to 35 here? I'm really struggling with the numbers to, like, work out what adds up to shit. What adds up to 35? Why can't I do that? Add up to 35. Like, that's 29. Plus 8 is wrong. How do I okay, what? Okay. 35 minus 8 is 27. So it's those. So does everything else add up to 70? Okay, 25, 35, 42... Yeah, 42, 54, 70. Yeah, okay, there we go. Sorry, so again, strings of maths in a row are really hard for my brain to work out. It's hard for me to work out, like, a string of math of multiple in a row because my brain starts forgetting what the earlier parts were. Like, you get me a pen and paper to write it down, and I'm absolutely fine, but it's trying to mentally process that, like, most of the puzzles that I struggle with, outside of just, I logic it in the wrong direction, I ended up fucking up, most puzzles that I struggle with are just trying to, like, do mental steps, several steps in a row. This is why I can't do sliding puzzles. The reason why I can't do sliding puzzles is because my brain can't piece together the multiple steps in a row that is required for sliding puzzles. I can't mentally go slide this here, 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 and that's what it will look like. I mentally can't do that. I have to do things one at a time. That a genuine way to break into puzzles go, well, Layton's the, obviously the top conversation is Layton, so we start from there and work up. That would have made sense. That would have made sense. Good work. If you count the total bill, you'll see that the meal costs 105. Now, in total, Luke must have ordered 70 worth and Professor 35. Once you got those numbers, the rest is easy. No, the rest was the hard part for me, but that's because maths is there. Are you sure you didn't order too much? Nope, this slurp stew's great. The steak is chomp delicious too. Yeah, so you got like a spider, you got a steak, you got a full thing of stew, and you got like a whole side. What's this part? Is that like a cow tongue? We're on a fancy boat. This could be ox tongue or something. Fish and chips would make a bit more sense. But it's fish and chips, stew, and a steak alongside a spider. What the fuck? What the fuck, Luke? Luke, you keep that up, and you're going to be, like, I'm not gonna be able to tell you and Sergeant Death apart if you keep that up. Jesus. Goodness, you worked out that bill with considerable ease. Don't fucking torment me. My brain is bad at math. Laying out a cup of tea, a sandwich, and a reasonable side salad. I must thank you for your assistance. Now, as we have some time until our next destination, I invite you to sit back and enjoy the journey. Would anyone else... No doubt about it, the Mountain Express is the last word in luxury. Even the dishes are first rates. Also, look at this glass! Yes, the etching is quite impressive. Speaking of glasses, have you heard of this one, Luke? Stats glasses. Oh, this is where you gotta, like, do them and, like, rearrange the stacking cups, like, as fast as you can. That was, like, a really big thing in my school for a couple of years there. The owner of that was one of my favorite puzzles in the game, not for the actual puzzle, but how well expresses Luke and Lane's personality and their meal choices. It is something that, like, does actually make sense when you look at what they eat, yeah. You could work that out without knowing any of the math by just, like, saying, what have they got? The owner of a 4-star restaurant assigns a young waiter to the task of stacking glasses in a decorative way. Eager to please, the waiter immediately draws 5 separate designs and shows them to the owner. The owner takes one glance at the designs, with irritation, turns to the boy and cries, "This design is preposterous! What were you thinking?" Which of the 5 glasses is the owner talking about? All of them? All of them? My brain goes for all. I mean, B. But I'm going for all of them. I think all of these are terrible. I'm assuming B. Because there's nothing that holds these two in place. They're only balancing on the bottom. Like, this top cup isn't actually weighing down on these two. So those could fall off very easily. Like, this could fall over easily, but everything's balanced on top of another thing. This could slide off, but it's at least sitting on top of it. And that would just have to slide into those two. But actually, no, wait. They're glasses. No, it's D. No, sorry, they're glasses. They're tricking you they're tricking you at the pictures. No, they're glasses. They're circle. Like, the holes are circles. How does it slide in there? How does the glass slide into the glass, let alone two at the same time? It's D.
Let's see if this works.
They're glasses. They don't slide into each other. The other one doesn't balance either, but I guess because they're circles, it'd be balancing on at least something. But that literally, the physics don't work for that. Yeah. Rashana was talking about sketch D. If you look closely, you can see the first and second row glasses can possibly be arranged in the manner depicted. The simple 2D sketch didn't take into the account the rim of the glass. So it's stuff like this. We're already seeing in this stream alone why the Professor Layton games are so fucking good with their puzzles. Because the sheer wide variety of, like, raw maths to, like, to working out, like, space, to can you, like, work out physics and ideas of how things work. Like, there's just such a wide variety of puzzles in these games. And again, even an 80% like hit rate of 80% of the puzzles are good and 20% of the puzzles are trash when we're talking about how much sheer variety there are in puzzles for these games, that is a phenomenally high percent for a hit rate. That, like, we're dealing with the world of puzzles here. To have puzzles be their variety is literally anything possible. Honest to God, a 50% hit rate is, like, impressive. 50% quality when it can be any puzzle ever is huge. And I genuinely think the previous game got, like, I'd say overall, like, 80% in terms of how many puzzles I actively enjoyed. Which is a staggeringly high number. And honestly, out of that last 20%, probably 10% of those were sliding puzzles, so... Nicely done, Luke. Now let's move away from the glass, shall we? It seems rather fragile. Oh, I'm trying to talk to people. No! I don't need to... I guess I could talk to him again, see if he gives me another puzzle. Best partner for great food is superb scenery. Plenty of time until next stop, so please sit back and enjoy the ride. Do you have another puzzle for us? Yeah, you do. Whew, that was bad even Mr. Beluga. When he always blows up at you like that. Well, you know, me or someone else on the stuff. Must be a very hard man to please. If even 2/3 of the puzzles in a Layton game are good, that means around 100 great unique puzzles in each game. That alone is still a worthy investment in my mind. Absolutely. And then the thing is, you don't just get puzzles, like a puzzle game on it. You get a game with an interesting world with fun characters and an overall fun mystery to solve. Like, I don't know if I'd put, like, the world and characters in here on the level of, like, Ace Attorney. But also Ace Attorney has primarily only that. Whereas this is a puzzle game, like... Well, because the thing is, like, this, especially on the DS that this originally came out on, there's a shitload of games out there that are puzzle games, that are just, like, these types of puzzles arranged into a video game. Most of those are just basic, here are the puzzles, and it's not much beyond that. Like, the most, like, you might get some games that are, like, brain training level of presentation, where it's like, oh, here's the gimmick of, like, do your daily puzzles, like, here's, like, a focus of how it's trying to get you to improve and stuff like that. Not many other games that have a shitload of puzzles try to go, like, into this extent of presentation like any other video game would. I'm sure they exist, and I'm sure they're out there, and I'm sure Professor Layton didn't start it. But I'm talking about, like, in the DS marketplace specifically. In the DS marketplace specifically, there is a shitload of generic, here's an arrangement of puzzles. The puzzle magazines I sell at work, I know made games for the DS and 3DS that are just, you know, the books, the puzzles you get in the magazines that I sell, here they are in a video game. There's no, like, story or, like, presentation or anything to it. It's just that. Ah! 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 My nose. That's awful. And the others shouldn't have to put up with him bullying you like that. Well, the boss does have a point. After all, he made this railway what it is today. Fucking on size again. He always says that a first-class train deserves first-class atmosphere. It's not first-class atmosphere if someone's running around in it yelling. I mean, even the plates we use in the dining car are custom-made. The craftsmanship's amazing. Look at the fine detail on the bottom. It's a puzzle. On your plates. The plate in front of you bears the mark of, the plate in front of you bears a mark made up of two equilateral triangles, one inside the other. Can you work out how many times bigger the large triangle is than the small one? Times bigger in terms of volume of area, I presume is what we're going for. I would presume. Like, my immediate assumption is 3 times. No, 4 times. Like, I'm assuming this is a Triforce. You can shove this into the corner and then overlap it 1, 2, 3 times. But there is a circle here, and I don't know if the circle's meant to indicate exact measurement, like more exact measurements that you could use. But I would also assume it's just like, okay, this is an equilateral triangle. It touches all the points of the circle. That means that the middle of this triangle is indeed the middle of the circle. Which means that, like, this is all equidistant. Like, this is equidistant to this, which means this is equidistant to this. Which I would assume for an equilateral triangle. I don't know if that means that strictly is equidistant to that. But I also don't know how much that matter. I'm just gonna say 4. I'm gonna say 4, and if it's not that, I'll have to rework it out. No. Yeah, yes. See, I can. Am I overthinking, or is it just a fucking Triforce? Manageable triangle is the inverted as shown. Should only take a moment to realize. Four smaller triangles would fit into the larger one. Oh, okay. I really thought there would be like an actual math to it. Oh, I guess yeah, because you. Oh, that's what the math is. That's why that's what the math of the circle is. You know you can rotate the... I was like, because there's got to be a circle. The circle has to tell you the answer in some capacity. The circle tells you can rotate this in the middle, and it's fine, and it will always touch the sides, which means if you lines it up, then yes, this would touch this, and because it's equilateral, it means that this is going to be this, which is the same as this, yeah. The circle proves that the middle is... Yeah, that's what it is. I love how Professor Layton right on number from Masala. I still don't know how they made this, honestly. They're a shitload better than brain training, because I fucking scribbled that shit, and it still worked. Gosh, you've got a knife for this kind of thing. That's as they are. I'm sure Mr. Billy will find a reason to complain about these plates, too. Won't be surprised. I suppose rich people can just afford to be picky. Can I steal any of your other shit? Or any other puzzles? Boss is a bit of a dictator, but at the end of the day, I don't mind the job. Much. I mean, sometimes people come into my kitchen and steal my pets, but, you know. Outside of that side of that small detail, it's fine. Let's try my room before we go anywhere else. Give us more apples for your bastard son. Sergeant Death craves food. Now what do we have here? My boy, my sweet little boy. You gotta do something right this instant. Search the entire train. Madam, please calm down so I can understand the situation. Oh, it's Dr. Chummy. I had no idea you were on board. Well, if it isn't Mr. Layton. What are the chances, eh? Well, I'll have small talk. I have other matters to attend to. Namely, missing child. Seems someone's child has gone off somewhere. I don't suppose you've seen him around. No, I don't believe I've seen any young boys. Luke is literally always with you. Little boy, what the hell? He hasn't returned yet. I'm simply at my wit's end worrying about him. Gentlemen, I demand that you drop whatever it is you're doing and help me find my boy. She's gonna like this from the moment I walked in. I understand your concern, madame. My sisters and I would be glad to aid you in your research. We'll have the best chance of recovering your son if we start searching immediately. Are you still here? If you have time to stand around talking, hurry up and bring my boy back. Seems only because you have to go on this shoe that Tyke left behind in his name. Tom. Alright, let's get more details out of the woman, but it's useless. Just give some money, I searched the place. Oh, okay, that is a very tiny child. Is one of Tom's shoes? It's positively tiny, isn't it? Yes, I find it quite curious myself, Luke. Very puzzling indeed. I think children with feet that size could even walk. Indeed. We have now stolen this shoe forever. Oh dear God, it's a permanent mystery. While riding on the Molinter Express, Babette's little boy, Tom, managed to disappear. The shoe he left behind is any indication. Tom must be a very young child. We get a child on that small wander off onto his own. We got shoe acquired! Can I feed the shoe to Sergeant Death? Would Sergeant Death like a shoe to eat? The professor and Luke decided to help search for Tom, Babette's little boy. Tell me! Can you tell me anything interesting? It was certainly a surprise to see you on board, Inspector. May I ask what brings you here? Ah, my nose. During investigation, we stumbled upon late doctor's diary. Spare details of doctor's final days, which led me to this train. But since that investigation is none of your business, it's all I can tell you, Layton. Besides, finding that lost child is my top priority right now. Only a shoe and a name to go on, though. It's going to be an uphill struggle to find him. We're on a train. We have a limit. Unless you're somewhere in the countryside next to train tracks. But at that point, we have bigger problems than finding him, I think. Well, we have to find him, since we've probably got a time limit for it. Look at her, I'd be glad to offer our assistance in the matter. Oh, I'm sure you would. I've heard about you. Late. You've quite a reputation for poking your nose in other people's business. Hey, 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 hey! So far, statistically speaking, most of those people whose business I was sticking my nose in were robots, not people. Get off your high horse. You want to know my case? Why don't you show me your famous powers of deduction by solving this puzzle? I got this fist and it's flying at you at this speed. The puzzle is, can you dodge it? The shoe shop thief. This is... We're talking about a shoe shop thief. This is just in poor taste for the woman's child who's missing, shall we? Jesus fucking Christ. A woman in a shoe shop pays for a £30 pair of shoes worth with a £50 note. Salesman doesn't have enough change. The £20 notes not exist in Britain. So he goes to the shop next door to break the £50 note, returns to his shop and gives the woman her change. A while later, the shopkeeper from next door storms into the shoe shop. Turns out the note he gave her was a fake! Modified shoe salesman gives shopkeeper £50 from the till to apologize. Neither the customer nor the shoes she took are found. In total, how much did the shop lose? Well, that depends. Are we talking about total profit loss? Or are we talking about cost? Because you've lost the potential sale of the £30 pair of shoes. But are we saying that means that we've lost £30? Or are we saying that we've lost whatever the cost of the shoe was to us? How does your business do its math here? I need to know these answers. I need to know this before I can answer this. Very important. Yeah, salesman doesn't change, so he goes next door to break the 50, returns to the shop, break the 50. So that's just, has it there. So he gives 30 back. Sorry, he gives 20 to the woman. He still has that. I think it's just 50. No, well, no, the shoe loss as well. Yeah, in total, how much did the shop lose? I assume we're counting the $30 pair of shoes. Like, I'm just saying that it's 30. But basically, you've lost a £30 pair of shoes. You had a £50 note. You changed that over, so you didn't lose anything there. You got £50 for £50, even though it was fake. You gave back the woman 20. So 100? Because basically the woman gave, because basically the customer walked out with £50 worth of shit. £30 of shoes, £20 in change, and then had to give £50 back to the woman next door. So, assuming we're discounting the £30 pair of shoes as £30, 100.
This should do the trick.
No?
Well, I suppose you can't win them all.
Are we counting the cost of the shoes? Because we've lost the shoes. Oh, sorry, no, I realized where I fucked up. Yeah. Show me, what is the MSRP for the pair of shoes? No, so yeah, the woman's walking away with £30 in shoes, £20 in notes. But it's not you're giving 50 back because you already got 50 from that woman. So yeah, you still have £30 in money. 80? 70? Trying to do multiple steps again that my brain is fucking up on. Okay, so yeah, you come back with £50 from the other shop. You give out 20 of that pounds, so you've still got 30. So when you give the 50 back to the woman next door, 30 of what you're giving back is the money that you already had. 70! 70!
And now to test my theory.
No? Okay. Where am I going wrong in math here?
My, this one is quite formidable.
I'm just gonna say 80 then. Not being able to write shit down makes it so much harder for me to do stuff like this. Like, if I could scribble on the screen here, it would make it a lot easier. I'm gonna say 80.
This should do the trick. Well, I suppose that's one possibility eliminated.
Are we counting the shoes? Are we counting the shoes? May I make a non-puzzle related suggestion? I don't know what that means, but sure. I'm gonna say 50, in case we're not counting the shoes.
This should do the trick.
We're not counting the shoes.
A true gentleman leaves no puzzle unsolved.
We're not counting the shoes. Wait. The shoes the customer made off with cost £30. Change the salesman gave her cost him another £20, bringing his total losses to 50. Salesman received £50 on real money exchange for the fake. Oh, okay, yeah. Last two cancel each other out. Yeah, okay, I understand. Yeah, you got £50 of money there, so you just gave £50 of money back. Look, I'm stupid, alright? Seems your fame isn't entirely undeserved. Nevertheless, this is my case. I'll be searching for Tom alone. Glad you're in search if you like, but don't get your hopes up. My brain's bad. Bye, Mr. Boy. Be sure to tell Babette straight away. She's in garage 6. My lad, to go through here. Oh, there was a room in the middle here I didn't actually go into. No, never mind. There's still no one here. There's still no one here. Hello there. Are you Tom? Excuse me, madame. Have you seen a small boy wandering around here? He'd be missing a shoe. No, I can't say I have. So I forget seeing a boy with only one shoe. I see. Well, thank you very... I'm on the topic of shoes. Could you help me with a little predicament of my own? The shoe maze. Here's a maze that's made up of shoes. Your task travel from the starting point to the goal. You may travel horizontally or vertically one space at a time. You must alternate between left and right shoes every time. Oh, every step. Also, you may not pass through any of the walls in the maze. Touch each space one at a time to highlight the path you want to take. Making a mistake, you can deselect that space by touching it again. As if you light scribble on the screen, there is the man button. Like last game, you're able to use it on every puzzle this time. Oh, yeah! Yeah, I can just go... I can write on the screen. I can write on the screen to give... Okay, there we go. I was thinking the memo was like a separate page, not writing on top of it. I forgot. Okay. So we just have to do left foot, right foot as far as we can. Okay. Well, that's the finish goal. So that has to be left foot, so that has to be right foot. So now it's either of these left feet. We've gone as far as... Wait, no, that's not right. That's a right foot. That's a left foot there. Okay. Wait, let me go. So, okay, left foot, right foot. So it has to be left. You're a righty. You're a lefty. Okay, so now it has to be a right, which is only that one. That has to be a left. Has to be a right. Has to be a Left has to be a right, which is that. And then this can be this is a left, so that can be either of those. So now we go from the other side. This is a left. It can go to a right. Oh god. Okay. Oh shit. Okay. Okay. Well, let's just. Well, actually, no, because if this goes left, then it has to be a right, which none of them are there. So let's go left, and then it has to be a right, which is only this option, and then this has to be a left, which is only that one. And this can be a right. That doesn't help us because that would go right and then immediately into a right. So we go the rights here. And then we can go to a left, you're a right, so you're a left. And then we go into a right, which is a right, which is a left, which is a right, which is a left, which is a right, which is a left!
Consider this puzzle solved.
Hey! There we go.
A true gentleman leaves no puzzle unsolved.
There we go. That was some fancy footwork. Right, left, right, left, right, left. Commentary in this series must be of the absolute peakest quality of any video game I've ever done. Well, blow me down, you've got quite the brainy bonds underneath that hat. Don't talk about my bonds. Jesus. Inappropriate. The ants still here? The ants are still there. No one has cleaned up the ants. Okay. Outside the trunk. Well, outside our carriage, I should say. Are we allowed to go down here yet? Oh man, I'm dog food! What's the matter, mister? Well, oh, hey! Okay, so I snuck in my uncle's room about his camera, right? Thing is, I dropped it. I've been here trying to find all the pieces for like an hour, but I've only found one! That's quite the predicament. Yeah, and I'm gonna get to have his friend's camera. I'm gonna catch a major flack from the boss man. Whoa, brain flashing coming. Take this. I'm gonna give you this busted hunk of junk. You know what you want? Just get rid of the thing, will ya? Catch you on the flip side. Why, come back here! We got another minigame. Randomly started talking about my boss that asked me to blow her down. I'd be worried. You got a squarish part. Use it to rebuild the camera in the professor's trunk. Camera option has been added to the trunk. Reassemble the broken parts of the camera there. Access it. It's a trunk icon. There was another what was the reassemble thing in the previous game? Because this is like Sergeant Death is the room thing. What was this thing? I forget. There was something like this in the previous one as well. Touch camera buttons up with a Robo Doggo. Yes, there we go. Once this area, try to slide the part around to place inside the camera's body. Control orientation, position parts with the stylus. Touch center of part and move it, drag around. So part by touching in an edge and sliding in a circle. Fix camera gather all 10 pieces, place them so correctly that no gaps remain. Comes to the camera's restored to working order, you'll have to find it out for yourself. I'm concerned if all of these parts are going to be across the entire game. That implies worrying things about how much this guy has destroyed it. With no leads at our disposal, Luke and I have decided to use the ticket we found the doctor's flight to board the Voluntary Express. I suppose the doctor rode this luxurious train at some point, but as to where it took him, I can't say. As I suspect the dining car of the Voluntary Express... How many of these notes have we already got? I cannot tell me. As I suspect the dining car of the Voluntary Express is quite popular with the passengers. Though waits patiently to be seated, I get a feeling we won't be eating anytime soon. We're waiting for lunchtime to pass the observation deck, located in the last carriage. I'm inclined to take his advice. So, do we get one? So every time it comes up at the bottom saying, the professor and Luke decided to do a thing. I assume that's when it adds to the journal, because that's when all of these line up. The view from the observation deck of the Voluntary Express is simply breathtaking. Natural beauty that can be seen here is something that one rarely encounters living in the heart of London. When I'm gazing out over the lands, time simply seems to slow to a halt. Still, I mustn't allow myself to sit idly much longer. Time to return to our investigation of the Elysian box, also known as the Pandora's box, also known as the Diabolical box. While walking through the train, Luke and I encountered a lady by the name of Babette. This woman, large in both stature and character, was a dreadful panic over her lost boy Tom. So the child got away from her while she was distracted, leaving only a single tiny shoe behind. Look at a child that smaller wandered off too. Oh my god, my nose. Person's being sick. Boy! Boy! Where does boy be? Where must boy be? A lot of people have stopped eating. Table's the widest table I've ever seen. What's this? Someone's fallen behind here. It's a hat. Where the fuck is this child going? Appears to be a cap of some sort, but I don't think I can reach it from here. And the cap belongs to Tom. Certainly shouldn't rule out that possibility. Oh, since we're on subject caps, have you heard of this one, Professor? There is a child missing. Red caps! Oh god, no. It's a puzzle about Nazis, fuck. A teacher had everyone in her class close her eyes. One of the students were looking, she slipped caps and said, okay, everyone open your eyes and look at your friend's caps. Whoever sees 4 or more people wearing red caps gets a red balloon. Whoever doesn't gets a blue balloon. In a class of 10 children, only some got a red balloon. But how many? Yeah. What's the puzzle? No students were looking. She slipped caps onto their heads. Everyone, open your eyes and look for your friend's caps. Whoever sees 4 or more people wearing red caps gets a red balloon. Whoever doesn't gets a blue balloon. I don't understand what the puzzle's even asking, I'll be completely honest. What? What's the puzzle? Like, where do I... How do I... I don't understand what it's asking me. How, like... Wouldn't how many kids get a balloon depend on how many red or blue hats there are? I guess what it is that if 5 kids are wearing a red hat, then literally everyone gets a red hat, right? Because it's only based on on what you see for your friends. So if 5 people are wearing red hats, then literally everyone's going to see at least 4 people wearing a red hat. Because if you're not wearing a red hat, you're going to look out and see 5 of them. But if you're wearing a red hat, you're going to look out and still see 4. So everyone's wearing one. So if 4 people are wearing red hats, then none of the 4 who are wearing red hats would see another 4 red hats. So they don't. But all the other 6 would see that. I'm gonna just say 6. If it's not 6, then I don't understand the premise of the question.
And now to test my theory.
Okay, it is. Okay, that's what it is. Okay. Okay.
Ah, wonderful.
So let me a bit to understand what it was even trying to ask. Well, I was trying to just piece together, like, is it trying to ask, like, how many, like, what am I meant to work out to work this out? I'm meant to work out, like, how many of each hat there is? But, okay, yeah. You know that some of the children got red balloons. If 5 or more wearing a red cap, every child in the class would see at least 4 and get a red balloon. So it must be fewer than 5. But if 3 or fewer were wearing red caps, then none would see 4 red caps. 4 children must have been wearing a cap, saying the other 6 children receive red balloons. Okay. Yeah. So so that was just working out, like, what is the logic of the question even trying to ask you? Like, it's a question where it's just like, it feels like when you first see it, that you're not given enough information to even ask it. So, like, or to answer it. So trying to work out what the question's even asking you is the puzzle. Because once you work out, oh, well, you gotta work out, like, how is it possible that only some of them get it? And then it's just like, oh, well, it has to be 4. Just trying to work out, like, what the question is truly asking is the actual puzzle there. And then once I worked that out, it was very easy to just go, oh, it has to be this. It comes across like it's a math question, but it's a riddle. It comes across like it's going to be a question about maths. But it's actually a riddle of trying to work out, can you work out how many hats there are meant to be? Well, not riddle, logic, puzzle, I guess? I don't know if there's a different, like a meaningful difference. Real puzzles wise, they just give away balloons with such strange criteria. It means none of the kids in the class have the same color balloon and hat. Every child in the class has alternate colored balloons and hats. Better luck next time, Luke. For now, we better return to searching for that lost little boy. Alright, yep, better get back to that. Now you mention it, how do you suppose Tom managed to worm his way into such tight space? Good question. Find Tom's hat! Can I give Tom's hat to Sergeant Death? Am I allowed to do this? Sergeant Death, do you care about hats? Boo! Sergeant Death doesn't care about hats. Sorry, I just noticed. His rank currently is 5. He's currently listed as Blobby. Aww. Poor Sergeant Death. I feel bad now. Oh my goodness. Possible. Oh. Same dialogue. We already found the hat. I don't think there's any more for us here. Okay. I just wanted to see. What's the name of the train from fucking Paper Mario? I've been trying to think of it this entire stream since we were like, by the way, we're spending a lot of time on a train. What is the fucking... I can't even remember it. I want to say it's the Royal something, but I can't remember. Yeah, she is. She's finally in her room. Take a look at this, Professor. It's food scraps, if I'm not mistaken. Suppose Tom wandered into the kitchen to grab something to eat. Well, it's possible. But that scares the child certainly is lacking in the manners department. Is Tom gonna not be a child? Is Tom gonna be an animal? Excess Express! That's the one! The Excess Express. 64 1,000-year door. What train's in 64? I'm talking about the train that you spend like an entire chapter. Which I'm pretty sure is only 1,000-year door. If there's a train in the original, then you like get on it and go somewhere. Because both have a train. I'm thinking about the train that you spend an entire chapter on. Where like there's a murder mystery on the train and you're trying to do the entire chapter. Yeah, Excess Express is the murder mystery one. The one that feels like this. Yeah, Detective Big Penguin, that's the one. Oh, the train takes him out in Rugged, yeah. Is this really a dress or a tent? Stop fat shaming. Luke, gentlemen. That flower vase is looks like it costs a pretty penny. My nose is so fucked. I probably should have... I knew my nose was, like, bad at work. My throat was worse, but I knew my nose was not great. I probably should have gotten some fucking, like, vapor drops or something. Lovely decorations really do wonders for a room, don't they? Doubly so in the case of flowers. Tell me, Luke, what do you think of flowers like these? Well, that's an interesting flower, Professor. Why is it stuck onto your... Ah, the water in the face flower! Now for something on the flowery side. Of the three pictures labeled A, B, and C, one is actually the same picture as the far left. However, the image on the far left has its added context flipped to left to right, and its colors inverted and changed to black and white. Of Abba and Kerr, which is the same as the black and white picture on the far left. Okay. Okay. Contents flipped left to right. And colors inverted. It's not C. Because C has... Because C, like the little circle in the middle of C, is yellow, which goes into yellow petals. Which means that this circle would be the same inverted into black and white, which it's not. So it's not C. So if we go looking at these two... Okay, I'll be honest, looking at A and B, I can't tell a difference between them currently anyways. Looking at A and B, I don't see a difference. Where's the difference? So I gotta get closer to the physical screen. Where's the difference between A and B? Because, like, they're the same. That's the same. They're the same. That's, yeah. Yeah, oh, that little bit there. That little bit there. There's a little square there. That's on that one. Which, on this... Isn't there? Oh, is there?
Let's see if this...
Hey, there we go.
That was almost too easy.
There we go. That's right. Picture A is the same as left on far left. Showing picture B and C have slight variations. Yeah, this was the circle things, and that was the tiny little dot there. Hard to see, but... I think you see it on your end's bigger than I do. I'm pretty sure if you're watching this in full screen, or like even just like theater mode, on Twitch or YouTube right now, I think you still see this screen bigger than what I see it on mine here. But that being said, I'm also seeing it now that I've got it on the monitor here. I'm at 2 times the resolution compared to a normal DS. So I'm still seeing it bigger on this screen compared to here. It's just, if I want to get close to here, I just do this. If I want to be close to there, I gotta do this. That dot and the previous curtain thing were pretty easy. Yeah, so that's the thing, is just like, I very much have to get closer to the monitor to actually see here. So I think this is I'm playing on a monitor that's not in my hands. That's some of the resolution things. Maybe if I'm starting to, I think my OBS display is bigger. Fucking Christ. I think my display of this in OBS is bigger than my monitor. I'm relatively confident. I'm gonna use a pillbox to measure. Because, like, on my screen, on, like, what I'm looking at, the bottom screen goes from Sunday to Thursday almost exact. My OBS display is bigger. My OBS display, the screen goes from Sunday to halfway through Saturday. Whereas on this thing, it goes from Sunday to Thursday almost on the dot. Actually, I could show you. I could show you, like, the comparison that I'm dealing with here. I can actually do that. Let me do this. So it's gonna be a little... It's gonna get a little inverted in a second, so just, it's gonna get a little war for a second. So do be aware of that. But if I go to monitor, yeah, because, yeah. Ugh. Okay. Hi. Going to monitor doesn't help. Entering the stream zone. But, like, this is how big I'm looking at it. Like, compare it to your screen, right? Like, because I can't show you it, because I can't show you what this is doing normally. But, like, so, like, okay, look at the mouse that's on the front layer. See how it's, like, wiggling down here? And now it's wiggling on the DS? So over here, like, you're looking at it from, this side to this side, right? Like, this is what the area you're looking at is, compared to what I'm looking at. Like, I'm... like, the bottom screen on this side is almost at the top of this, and almost at the bottom of this, where mine is down here, and this monitor is further away from me. So, yeah. Oh, that's the wrong one. Jesus Christ. That's for Metroid Prime Pinball. Where's the right one? There we go. It's almost double the resolution. That's what I'm dealing with. That's what I'm dealing with. There we go. Savage jump scare. No, because I've got gameplay DS emulator here, and that was when I was doing Metroid Prime Pinball, which I gotta get back to at some point. But this is also the old style of display. This is the old style of display that I don't use for DS anymore. Because I'm just like, oh, this makes it bigger if it's top to bottom. But like the chat is smaller, the webcam doesn't fit properly, so now I just use this. Like, even if something's going to be top to bottom, I'll just put it in the 16:9 window just to make sure, like, they all look similar and everything like that. Like, it might make the screen look smaller, technically, overall, but I'll take that over, like, making the stream layout look different depending on what I'm streaming. Because it just makes certain things, like, look a little weird. Yeah. I also don't have, like, proper spoiler bars or anything to do anyway. Anyways, sorry, I got a little distracted. Nice job, but not all puzzles are such a breeze. Anyway, let's keep moving for now. Crazy daisies! It is the Paper Mario thing! Formatting for DS games is always hell. Well, that was like something I had to do for this game. Because the last time I did this game, it was on a capture card. So the OBS settings were completely different. Because it was taking these screens based on what the 3DS capture card program uses it as. So I had to, like, go to my old videos and print screen it to get them at the dimensions of it. So that this has, like, roughly, it made me off by, like, 2 pixels or so. This has, like, basically the same dimensions as what the original Layton streams that I did had. Because I'm now emulating it compared to that, I had to make sure I remade this, so it was the same dimensions. But I think this works pretty well. For a game where one screen is significantly more important, I think this, like, level of difference is fine. And then for something like The World Ends With You, both screens are important, so they're just, like, one on top of the other. Which overall makes it very small, but so be it. So be it. It makes it overall very small, but I still stream at 1080, so it means that it's still bigger than what it is on the actual console, in terms of resolution. Bottom screen is ideal for Layton, yeah. Yeah, definitely. If you can read, just look all the way to the left. Oh, the right, I mean. Anyway. Bobby doesn't seem like the type to travel light. Another fat joke. There! I'm stealing money again. No expenses has been spared with the tableware either. Sorry, I'll wake her up. Shit! Sweet baby boy! How can she sleep at a time like this? Imagine she tired herself out fretting over her child's disappearance. Come, Luke, the sooner we find the lad, the sooner we can put the poor lady's mind at ease. I am half expecting it to not be a human. Oh my god, my nose is so fucked. Ah! Alright. It is a dog! I told you it was a dog. Oh! Is everything alright, miss? I'm fine, thank you. Excuse me. Say, did she seem familiar to you at all, Professor? Is that the girl from the previous game? When I first saw her in the cutscene, I was wondering, is that the girl that we rescued from the end of the previous game? I was suspicious of that. Yes, now you mentioned something about her did seem rather familiar, as you say. Good day, sir. Smash the refreshing beverage or scrumptious snack. We're currently searching for a small child. We've seen a young boy wandering around by himself in this carriage. Little boy, eh? Nope, sorry, miss, that doesn't ring any bells. Oh, what happened? Did you get lost on the train? Yes, unfortunately, we've been able to track down the missing tots. You know, I probably shouldn't start vicious rumors, but... Oh, well, I've got nothing better to do. Did you know there's a weird old woman staying in this carriage? What if she kidnapped little one as him stowed away in her room? This woman gives no fucks about her job. I know it's probably not true, but what if? It's just so bizarre that I can't help but wondering. But I get in trouble for speaking ill of passengers. Just forget I said anything, okay? Strange woman, eh? What is she talking about? I guess as good as mine look, but it certainly does make one wonder. Ah! There she is! Hello there, sonny boys! Have you got not meaning goosebumply from terrifyingly hard parcels? Granny! Well, have no fear, the beautiful and clairvoyant Granny Middleton stands before you ready to help. Just as I thought, who else could this tiny house belong to? Oh, wait a sec, what are you doing here anyway? So you've heard of me, eh, shorty? Could you think that I'm still hit with the young'uns? What do you mean? Of course I've heard of you. We've met before, remember? Nope, bet you got the wrong granny boy. Never seen you before in my life. But yeah, now, so that means you want to hear my spiel, right? Not really. I don't need to be so modest. Well, I'm going to thank you for visiting me and bestowing a little bit of tidbit of information on you. My specialty, you see, is puzzles, like everyone else in this world. It's puzzles people forget about. Puzzles people miss. Sure you boys have had a few of those, eh? I need to turn red. It happens to the best of puzzlers. What I do, you see, is take those poor lost little puzzles and find them to come stay with me. Imagine any puzzles you know behind and found their way to my shack as well if you want to say hello. The shack is empty, you just have to get out there and find some more puzzles. Why don't you take a sneak peek and see inside what's in there. I'm gonna scream at my nose. Hello there! What's about in the shack of the puzzles you two left unsolved? Take a peek for yourself. There are currently no puzzles because I'm just that good at the game. Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go! Alright. Oh! Hello there, man. Oh, passenger! Sorry, sir. Didn't mean to get in the way of you using the deck. I'm right there with you. My throat is killing me. Yo! Let's go! I really should have gotten something from my nose. Or like, just some drops to like... The Vicks Vapor Drops. Could have gotten some of them. The true law, my good man. I take it you're not a passenger then. Nah, there's a mechanic in it. Our first innet of the game! Let's go! I come along for the ride in case something goes belly up. But as you can see, she's sound as a pound. That's our second sound as a pound for the game, though. Makes my job dead easy. But I got so much free time, I made a puzzle all by myself. I'll be out it then. Did you know if you go to London, this is just what people are like? They go around giving each other puzzles. Sorry. Transphobia. Sorry, I get those two mixed up sometimes. After years of bad business, the zoo has finally run out of money to buy food for its animals. Bellies rumbling from days with no food, the animals make a plan to escape the zoo. Oh, Madagascar. After prizing the rusty bars in the cages, all the animals attempt to find their way through the maze-like parts of the zoo to exit. Touch the picture of each animal you think made a selfie at a zoo, and then touch them to answer. Just remember, animals show their true colors in the wilds. What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay. What the fuck? Okay. So, okay, I wish the clear didn't remove literally everything, but okay. So animals go from here to here. Well, there's the only exit, right? So, okay, so the animals are gonna get to here. So where does the Gigaroth go? How does Gigaroth get there? Gigaroth can't go down that way. Gigaroth can't go... Gigaroth would go... Oh, okay, Gigaroth's going this way. Girafarig's going this way. Which is going past, you know, Mr. Lion Man. Wait, that's not right. Shit. Wait, does the giraffe even have an escape method? Going this way. It gets locked. No. No. I don't think the giraffe can escape. Because you go this way, right? It goes there, it looks that way. Okay, we go this way, and stop there, stop there, stop there. Madagascar 5, escape from London. So we're going down this way. Okay, so we go around here. Yeah. No, locked off. No, locked off. I don't think the giraffe even has a way to get out of here. I think the giraffe is just permanently fucked. Okay, so Rabbit goes this way. Now, Rabbit is here. Rabbit can go this way, which leads back in on itself. It can go this way, which leads... Rabbit can get out this way. Rabbit can get out this way. But that is also the way that Lion has to go. And then they both go up here, here. Yeah. Was this a pathway here? With my drawing. With my terrible fucking drawing. I can't remember if there's a pathway there or not. Okay. Panda goes here, out here. Whoop, 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 whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, then you go in a direction here. Crocodilian goes here. So they both go up this way, which leads us this way. Which is also a dead end. They've got no pathways. That doesn't go anywhere. No, no. No, no. Okay, that also doesn't go anywhere. Does that... Some of the animals are just trapped even if they escape. Does anyone make it out but the lion? Poor Pandas is lost in a labyrinth with a crocodile and no exit. I'm just gonna say, I think it's the lion. I think the lion's the only thing that gets out.
The trick.
Yeah, the lion's the only one that makes it out.
Huh.
Madagascar 5 going in wild directions, where the main character is the only one who survives. Every other character gets fucking died or trapped forever. Sharp thinking. The only animal that will safely escape the freedom is the lion. Well, both the rabbit and lion will make it as far as possible after the exit. Second, the lion spots the rabbit. He's guaranteed to eat it. Nature, red in tooth and claw. Yeah, the rabbit, and like, the path is close enough that you can't say that the rabbit makes it out before the lion gets out. Because they both have only a direct path before they meet each other, and they're roughly similar in length. Blimey, you didn't half-polish that one off quickly. Better draw more for me. Do you have any other information? There's a lost child, by the way. Don't suppose anyone's trying to break, do you? I'm dying for something to do. Why do I feel like a lot of people here want to sabotage the train so something will happen? It's the danger of pulling off with handrails like these. Well, that depends. Are the handrails above waist height? I'll be honest, the amount of times that I've seen things where you can fall over on something, and when I walk up next to it, the height of the railing is below my waist is fucking terrifying. Old balcony in the place I used to live in was like that. I did not like going onto the balcony, because the height of the railing of the balcony was below my waist, which means that my entire top half of my body could bend over it, which means if I trip and go towards it, my entire top half of my body can bend over it, so it is therefore not safe. I feel like it is an extremely lax regulation in terms of how high railings have to be in Australia, because I'm not a tall person, I'm 5'9", and the amount of time, and like, I'm relatively equal proportions, like, the top half of my body is roughly equal length to my legs. It is not like I am someone who's like all leg or anything like that. They're pretty equal. But the amount of times I run into railings in my life that are below my fucking waist, and I'm just like, bro, I'm 5'9", this should not be happening as frequently as it does. I feel like there is very little restrictions on that in this country. As it is a constant. Hello, do you know anything about missing children? Excuse me, sir. Have you seen a little boy with a missing shoe crawling around? The amount of railings I've run into that are below my waist and I'm 5'5", Jesus. It's terrifying. It's terrifying shit. No, I don't believe so. But come to think of it, like, that's the thing is, if it's below your waist and you're 5'5", if someone's like 6'4", that is no longer the railings like below their waist. That railing is an active trip hazard at that point. If someone's a foot taller than you at being 5'5" and it's below your waist, that could be like literally at their knees. That is trip hazard level. Like fucking hell. Terrifying shit. Like, I'm a paranoid son of a bitch. If I'm leaning on a railing and there's a lot of height or high-speed danger, I want to hold on to the railing like this. Like, I go to a fucking mosh pit. You know, a place where you're not going to fall off of a thing, but you could, like, go, but you don't go over it. I go to mosh pits. And for me, at a mosh pit where there's no massive fall at the end, if I'm holding onto the railing and I manage to get to the front, it's usually about here where I'm holding it. And I'm just like, if a fence in a mosh pit I can hold on to comfortably like this, to know that the only possible way for me to get over is for me or someone else to lift me, but I go onto fucking balconies that are several meters into the air and I don't have the same thing. What the hell? What the fuck? But come to think of it, a couple who were just here, were talking about a child. Interesting. Do you have any idea as to where we might find this couple now, my good man? I believe they're staying in the fourth carriage, sir. May I suggest paying them a visit? A wonderful suggestion. Thank you for your assistance. Come along now, Luke. Let's shop in on the couple in the fourth carriage. The Professor and Luke decide to search for the couple who may have seen Tom. So let me double check. Is that a journal entry? Okay, that time it wasn't. That time it wasn't a journal entry. That time it wasn't. No, I didn't. I meant shoes. Click on the shoes. Are we in carriage 4? Carriage 4! Sound had a little bit of a moment there. Your room is boring and has no money to steal. Hello there. Well there, young beau. You're in the wrong room. My wife and I are staying here. We're dreadfully sorry to intrude, sir, but we're searching for a lost little one. Sorry, his name's Capone. I should do a really bad Italian accent of a mob boss. Do you haven't see or hear anything pertaining to this? Oh, sweetie, I do believe there might be talk of that darling cutie pie that just passed by, remember? Oh, yes. Oh, it was a cute one he was. Small and very clever looking, I'd say. So I see this, and I want to do, like, the Texan businessman from Simpsons, but also his name's Capone, so I wonder if that's only. So did you see Tom, then? He's been missing a while now. Yeah? I don't know whether he was a girl or a boy, truth be told. Tom's a nice name, though. I don't judge people based on gender, based on their appearance. I'm woke, you see. I'm pish-posh, dear. I bet my tea said it was a girl who passed by our room. Yes, now you mention, I'm a feeling this scamp might have been a girl. But until you flip the thing on its back and get a good long look, you can never be too sure, can you? They are talking about a dog. I'm more confuzzled. I don't have the faintest idea who we're talking about anymore. What? I hate to say it, but it looks like his hot lead just turned cold, Professor. On the contrary, Luke, we may have just stumbled upon some extremely valuable information. What do you mean, Professor? You'll see. First, let's return to the scene of Tom's disappearance. The Professor and Luke decide to return to the site of Tom's disappearance. Was that a journal entry? No, okay. I've lost track of when journal entries happen. What? But you have a puzzle for me. Sorry, I almost forgot. I'm sorry I couldn't be of more help to you. Well, it's nice talking with you, though. Let me give you a puzzle for the road. So the pure lack of justification is so fun. Like, legitimately part of the charm. That there is absolutely no effort put into it. I honestly love it. I honestly love it. The Professor Layton decided to walk to the door. The Professor Layton decided to turn the door knob. The Professor Layton decided to open the door. The Professor Layton decided to walk out of the door. The Professor Layton decided to turn around. The Professor Layton decided to grab the door handle again. The Professor Layton decided to close the door. 8 people are playing a communication game. In this game, one player has to get their message across to 7 other people. It takes 1 minute to pass on the message, and each time the message is spoken, it can only have 1 recipient. Using these rules, what is the shortest amount of time required for the message to pass to all 7 other players? I mean, there's a bunch of school kids. Knowing them, the third one is going to immediately turn it into the penis game, and all of them are going to hear it immediately. Have y'all ever played the penis game? It's so fun. I'm asking this because I'm curious how universal the penis game is. Because in Australia, it's incredibly universal. But I feel like it's teenagers, so it's got to be more than just Australia who does it. It's not as perverted as what you're thinking based on the name. I have manners. I've heard of but not played the penis game. You've not played it? Man. The penis game happened all the fucking time when I was a teenager. And it's just literally, it's a game to see who can yell the word penis the loudest. If it started getting too quiet, people would just take turns to just start saying penis louder and louder and louder. And whoever could say it the loudest won. But I have come across so many different groups of people with no connection to each other, and it is consistent of how many people I've known in this country have do it or will initiate it, when I'm just like, you don't even know any of the other people that I know, and yet you're the one who started it. Let's go. I mean, now that I'm in my 30s, it doesn't happen as frequently. But as a teen and still a lot in my 20s, it was happening a lot. So I got distracted. Let me reread the puzzle again. I forgot what the puzzle was. I think the puzzle was how many people are shouting penis today. 8 people are playing communication game. In this game, one player has to get their message across to 7 other people. It takes 1 minute to pass along the message. And each time a message is spoken, it can only have 1 recipient. Using these rules, what's the shortest amount of time required for the message to pass to all 7 other players? Trying to see if there's a trick here. I'm trying to think if there's any tricks here. Oh my goodness. Is there a trick? Or is it just 7? Because my thought process is there a trick where one of them writes it down? Because it specifically says it takes a minute to pass along the message, but when it's spoken, it can only have 1 recipient. I'm just gonna say 7. And if not, then I'm gonna say 1.
And now to test my theory. Well, I suppose you can't win them all.
And now I'm gonna say 1.
Consider this puzzle solved.
Then I have no idea.
I suppose you can't win them all.
Then I have no idea. I don't see where the trick in the wording is if it's not that. Oh my goodness. I'm using hints on this one. Each time the message is spoken, only must we need to remember here is that any one person can only spread the message at a time. Oh, okay. Okay, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. One person passes it to two and they pass. Okay, I see what you mean. So you take a minute to pass it to you, and then both of you pass it to both of you, which is 2 minutes, and then there's 4 of you to pass it to the last 4, which is 3. Okay. No! It picked it up as 7! No, it's fuck you! I wrote 3!
Oh, my.
I wrote
This
3!
one is quite formidable.
I wrote 3! I wrote 3! 3! I wrote 3!
Puzzle solved.
I wrote 3. I knew there was a trick to it, but yeah, that was a trick in a way that I wasn't expecting it, yeah. Original message spreads the word is shown above. The game completed in 3 minutes. During that time, the original message can tell 3 people message. People hear the message within the first 2 minutes can go and become messages themselves. What emergency arises, information network structured in the above fashion can help get the word out fast. Yes, sorry, that's the answer. Pair of sharp ones, the two of you. I'm downright impressed. Companion will have no consistent voice. Still don't get your hopes up about finding that little boy. He could be anywhere. Goodness, this is my husband. Sometimes you're real negative without realizing it. I'm cheering for you. Best of luck finding that little one. I got a button part. And I got a puzzle part. Well, I finished the puzzle. But with your best of luck finding that little one. Okay. Capone will no longer talk to me. Ah, Inspector! Tell me, are you gonna go stand and cover the whereabouts of that missing child? So you see yourself living furniture trying to find that tyke, are ya? Do you mean to say that the child has been found? No, not at all. What I'm saying is that the child is no longer on this train. Pass everyone aboard, but no one give me an answer that suggests that they'd been seeing the lad. So I mean the conclusion that the poor child either got off the train or fell off it. Fell off? Yes, it's totally plausible given the way the child loved to run amok. When you combine that with their oversized heads, you gotta roll yourself a recipe for disaster. I'll contact the railway police at the next station, so feel free to give up on your search. Just a moment, Inspector. The windows on this train are very high, and every exit is manned. Given the situation, don't you think it's unlikely a child could have made it off the train unnoticed? Alright, I'll humor you. So tell me, Layton, where do you think this elusive ankle biter got off to? That I can't say, but something tells me we may have been barking up the wrong tree. It's just no reasoning with you. Fine, keep playing detective, nothing come of it, I tell you. Where'd the kid go missing? Was it outside our carriage? What's on your mind, my boy? You look distracted. I put my finger on why, but I feel like someone's been watching us for a while. You too. I've been feeling the same sensation myself. Legs! Sorry, Luke's getting to that age. Luke's getting to that age. I'm sorry. Do you think that someone might be tailing us? No, my sound died. I didn't get a warning on my headphones. They've not. That's 2 days in a row. It's 2 days in a row that the headphones have not given me warning that they're low on batteries. That is worrying. Gonna need to, like, keep more watch on the time in case it gets to that point where they're about to run out of batteries. Chat, block your ears. I'm about to change the audio device, which means that the volume of the game is about to change. So, be warned. Be warned, the game is about to get loud while I rapidly try to adjust the volume. And you're also getting bong bada bongs right now. And by loud, I mean approximately 10 times as loud as what it currently is. I will try to fix it as quickly as I can. Block your ears. There we go. There we go. Are we good? This should be good. So you're gonna hear longs. There we go. There we go. Is it roughly the same volume on your end as it was before? The game audio is set to the same level as what it was for the other headphones. Does it sound like the same volume now? I went there before the YouTube video started. I had to go through a whole thing of testing the audio to make sure it was the right level. But I have two different audio devices, and those audio devices, even though they're the same type of thing, have different audio levels that I use on my ends to hear shit. Not that bad, honestly. I don't mind. Okay, according to my ear canal, many worse options. What's more so, is it the same volume now as what it was before? That sounds the same to me. Perfect, awesome. It's the same volume for the program on Windows Audio, so it should be the same. It's just the master volume on my end has to be louder. So it should be okay. Ah, goodness, I'm so sorry about my nose slippers. Kind of glad I have tomorrow off streaming. Give me a day to recover before Endwalker. Think someone might be tailing us? Certainly possible. Keep an eye out for anything unusual. I found it unusual. Huh? Looks like one of Tom's shoes, doesn't it, Professor? Certainly does. This is strange, though. It's with the same foot as the shoe the inspector gave us earlier. So it is. Aha! So then, Tom must be... Oh, Luke. I do believe we've both made a faulty assumption. What exactly do you mean? Recall for a moment the events as they have thus unfolded thus far. Let's see. First, that tiny shoe was found on the floor. That's right. A small shoe enough for a baby. Then there was the cat we found in the kitchen. But it was lodged in such a tiny corner, I don't know how Tom could have squeezed in there. Correct. In order to get there, Tom would have to be no more than half your size. I don't think I've seen any boys smaller than myself on the train now that you mention it. That was my impression as well, which is why I begin to consider a different line of thought. Look, what you and I have already seen Tom about, and we didn't even know it. You see, all the while we've been searching for Tom, we've assumed that he's a small child. What if that assumption proves false? What if we've been wrong from the start? Oh, I think I see where you're getting at, Professor. Tom must be a ghost. Second shoe was a left shoe, identical in every way to the shoe the inspector gave us. A strange pair of shoes means what I think it does. Then our friend Tom is... Tom's true identity, a ghost. Professor Layton has a feeling Tom might not be the kind of boy he was. Move the L-shaped pieces around the arrangement into a plush shape in the middle of the... Oh, fuck you! Fuck you! Come on, don't do this! Why? It's a dog! It's a dog! It's a dog! It's a dog? Why do I need to do a sliding puzzle to tell you that it's a dog? Well, that doesn't help. It could be anything. There, I solved it. Leave me alone. There we go, I solved it. What is Tom? A miserable little pile of secrets. 81! Definitely the minimum!
This works.
Definitely the minimum!
Consequences strikes again.
Let's go! Definitely the minimum possible. Tom is a dog! Do you recall the girl we saw holding a small dog? I suspect that small dog was our friend Tom. So if we track down that girl, we'll find Tom. We got there and it's the only part that matters. Thankfully, you don't lose Pikarots for getting it in more turns. It doesn't even tell you the minimum turns in this game like it used to. Minimum's actually 82. Like, in the previous game, I'll tell you, this was the minimum. Professor Layton decided to search for the young woman holding that little dog. Now there's a new Layton journal. The clues have uncovered during our search led me to believe there's a strong possibility that Tom is actually a dog, not a small child as we originally thought. Come to think of it, I do seem to recall a young girl walking about the train with a dog in her arms. I intend to find her and confirm my suspicions. Are you in our carriage? No. No is the answer to that. I know you're sure he was behind that door, but you can't go backstage without a pass. Or it's like a really quick peek. No can do, little guy. You need a ticket to do that. Tell you what, Power Semi Thunder has a puzzle to take your mind out that door. Check it. Okay, good thing I did check it. You just gotta check everywhere every time anything happens in case there's puzzles. Train journey. A number of people are on a train. At the first station the train pulls into, 1/6 of the people on board get off. At the next station, 1/5 of the remaining passengers get off. This pattern continues at the next station, 1/4 get off, then 1/3 get off, then 1/2 get off. Final station, at the final station, all the remaining passengers are sundered by Heidelin. Assuming no one got on the train during the journey, was the lowest number of people who could have been on the train when it set out. Okay, so you start. Okay, so at the final station, all remaining passengers get off. So, if all the remaining passengers get off, there has to be at least one. And then before that, half of them got off. Which means that there would have been another one person. Because there would have been 2 people. So we add another 1. Because there's 1 person got off then. Then 1/3 of them get off. Which... to leave 2 behind is 2/3, which is also 1, and then a 4th get off, which is also 1, and then a 5th get off, which is also 1, and then 6? So just 6. Because a 6 of the people get off here, which is like this one, because that's 1 out of 6, and then at the next one a 5th get off, which is just this. And then a 4th get off, and then a 3rd get off, and then half get... Is it just 6? I'm gonna say 6. 6.
Just leave it to me.
Hey, there we go. See, sometimes I go for
That
a
was
really
almost
quick
too
answer and
easy.
immediately shroom it, and then it's right, and then sometimes I'm just like, no, I immediately overthought something. It's a very small train. No, this is just like a 1:30 p.m. train in Sydney. You should train started at 6 batches. Only 1 person would have to get off at each station. But also getting really tough if you don't remember to reduce the number of people remaining on the train at each station along the way. Ah. That's how that one goes. But now the show's over, so move it, will ya? Folks in there start finding passengers hanging out the door. They're going an earful. Check everywhere, literally all the time, forever. Things might happen. We go back in here. Has anything happened in here? Nope, no, nothing there. It's how you play Layton. Every single time something happens, go and talk to every other character. Professor Layton's Puzzles Everywhere system. Still searching for the lost little one. Indeed, we are still searching. Tell me, sir, have you by chance seen a young lady with a small dog pass by? Ah, that does ring a bell, because I believe she was headed towards the back of the train. Is that so? Yes, sir. You've been most helpful. Now be careful. If she gets to the back of the train and she's a twitch trimmer, she might throw the dog off the train. Be careful. Boss is a bit of a... Okay. Boss is still a bit of a dictator. Alright, back in there we go. Show me! Oh, isn't that famous Mr. Layton? Dash around like you know something I don't. Just about head over to Babette's and inform her that a child is no longer aboard the train. Inspector, we are mere moments away from discovering Tom's location. Can I ask you to give us just a while longer to ponder the situation? So I face the truth, eh, Layton? Fine, since he's on 10 on Santa's Babbitt is napping right now, I'll wait a little while longer. When she wakes up, though, I'll come take my findings to work. Got it? Gotta prove yourself right, bring that boy back before that. Understood. Plan to do just that, Inspector. Gotta find the girl in Douglas Fields. You can, Professor. I mean, if you tell Babette, yeah, your kid's dead, I'm sorry to tell you, but they're fucking dead as shit, and then we go and bring the dog back, I feel like bad things would happen for your job. Seriously, I wish you were the villain from the previous game. It would explain your incompetency. Or maybe that is gonna be what explains the incompetency. Grousely. Look at that! You managed to solve at least 12 puzzles. I applaud you. Heartily. Can't say I could dislike a couple of art puzzle solvers like yourselves. Let's be pals, eh? Were you gonna stop me from leaving if I didn't solve enough puzzles? What about... Nah, I was gonna keep you up on that. Sorry about that. What's with you two? What can I do you for? Looking for a young lady with a small dog. Have you seen anyone fitting that description? Yeah, I remember seeing someone like that pass by. I think she's heading to the back of the train. Thank you very much. We'll just be on our way. Alright there, top hat! I'll see how it is. Get old grouse to answer your question, then scoot off without a word. I told you what you want to know, so at least... Well, I say you should at least lend me a man hand. Terribly sorry, sir. I realized you required a... Didn't realize you required a hook. How I may be of service? Yes, you would have. Jesus. Friend give me this puzzle because I love art, but maybe you'll have better luck with it than I've had. Fancy giving it a go? Clouds and sky. A man on the train shows you a picture he's painted. Let's say this picture has a total area of 10. Can you work out how much of it is made up of clouds compared to the area that's made up of sky? Don't think you need to guess the answer. There's a definite method you can use to work it out. How much of the area is sky and how much is cloud? A definite way. So, like, you got this wibbly wobbly. And that lines up to, like, this wibbly wobbly. And then, like, this wibbly wobbly lines up to, like, this wibbly wobbly. And then this wibbly wobbly lines up with this wobbly. It says there's a definite way, but this still feels very haphazard and loose. Just trying to line up those things. Like, my assumption is you can line up every part of this picture with another part of the picture. But trying to, like, with the shapes that are here. Doesn't feel easy. Like, even with me doing my wibbles that wobbly, I don't know how to, like, work out a definite way of doing it. So I kind of want to guess. Because trying to get out the shapes that do it, I don't see how to get the entire thing into those shapes. I have no idea. But like doing this where they cancel out each other. Roughly, there's way more blue than... Oh, it was like that, like... There's like 1, 2, 3, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just gonna say 6 to 4. I was gonna say 6 to 4 and see what happens.
Consider this puzzle solved.
Okay, there we go. Yeah. So what? Like that looks like I was guessing based on what that roughly was. What's the actual solution? This seems way too fucking... Whatever they're doing seems way too fucking complicated. What? The key here is to use the screws on the frame to divide the picture. Once you do that, it should be clear that B and F, C and I, D, G, and E and H all simply pairs that are same with the colors reversed. That means in each of these 8 squares areas, there are 4 squares worth of cloud and 4 are sky. Remaining 2 squares, A and J, are completely blue. Okay. Okay, the very specific square. Okay. The screws were the divides. So I was on the right track. I was on the right track of like, this lines up with this, these two line up with these two, this one lines up with this. I was on the right track. And then I'm just like, with what I lined up, there was way more blue. Okay. I was on the right track, it's just the specific divides of using the lines I didn't quite get. So that's how you do it. You got quite a head on your shoulders, don't you? That's that girl you're asking about. She's probably on the observation deck behind me. Another glass part. I feel like we're gonna get glass parts very quickly. We're at 3. Professor Layton decided to talk with the girl on the observation deck. You did basically have a solution, they were just more precise about it. Still got it. Because I am a genius. Anyone in there? Yay! Yay, let's go. How have I got all these camera parts but nothing else for Sergeant Death? This is bullshit. This is bullshit. And I've gotten all these camera parts. But nothing else for Sergeant Death. This is unfair. This is unfair. I've already done 25 puzzles? Jesus. Hello there, mystery woman. Oh my goodness.
Excuse me.
Dog!
Hey, it's you!
Yes, I had the sneaking suspicion that it was you
Sorry,
who was tailing
mouse,
us.
My mouse. It is her!
What are you
It's
doing?
Flora!
I'm sorry. It's just...
I don't have
honestly,
parents.
I just didn't want to be all alone
I don't have
again.
parents, and I thought you were going to adopt me after the end of the last game. So can you
Professor?
adopt me?
What lies ahead could be dangerous.
Huh?
That's why you'll have to be extra careful. All right?
Yep.
We did adopt her! It just took a bit to take. Let's go! Was she that much taller than Luke last time? She seems decently taller than Luke. Was she always that tall? course, the dog we saw earlier. Quick, grab him. And then we did, although we just left her at home while we went on a train adventure. Okay. So are we gonna get some point where we, is it gonna be revealed at some point that we also found Luke, like, in a village of robots, and that's how we adopted him? Are we gonna get a flashback at some point that shows that's how we adopted Luke as well? Does Layton just go around finding orphans at the center of puzzles and then adopt them? Yep! The thing we were chasing after a dog all along. Oh, right you are, Luke. Now let's get him back to his owner. Oh, do you mind if I tag along with you? Of course not. Come along now. Flora's now traveling with you. Check who's traveling with you on the top screen. Oh, that's why it showed the little things. I noticed that it's up here. It was showing like Luke and Professor. I thought it was just doing that because it was cute. Luke's village was actually made up of clearly disguised wolves. The Professor, Luke, and Flora decide to return Tom to his owner, Babette. Hey, there we go. I appreciate that they specifically also make sure that Tom is here. Like, yeah, they've added Flora to the Flora's now part of the party. She's gonna be like our medic while we have our tank and our DPS here. But I do appreciate that they've also made sure that Tom's here. Tom is included. Very important to make sure Tom is a part of the squad. To Babette's quarters, we discovered that the young girl carrying little Tom around was our friend Flora. Though I'm content to Flora accompanying Luke and myself on our investigation, I'm still worried that this may expose her to some unknown danger. She was in a city of robots last time. I know they were meant to serve her, but still, she'll be fine. There's no time to dwell on that. Babette needs to know that her boy is alive and well. Alright, and back we go. Wait. Check all the rooms. Check all the rooms. You never know. You never know. Here! Go. Okay. But what if? Okay, fine. Thank you for letting me know I don't have to re-explore everywhere else. Oh, it's a miracle! You're alright, my sweet little Tommy Wummy. I miss you so much, my baby, my boy. This is Tom! We're under the impression that we're searching for a boy, not a mutt with a fancy haircut. How dare you compare my Tommykins to some common streets mongrel? How dare you consider my dog to be as worthless as a human child? Lost dogs are no matter for Scotland Yard. Next time he goes missing, find him yourself. Blimey, some folks haven't got an ounce of sense. Go on, Barton, we've got real cases to solve. Yes sir, Inspector. We didn't see Barton before. Don't you walk away from me! I have a word with you about your atrocious manners! Well, enough of that. Welcome back, sweetie. And my little Tommykins ran off to today. Such a darling that I feared someone might have kidnapped him and held him for ransom. Ransom, eh? That reminds me of a puzzle. What puzzle is that? Is that, Professor? The puzzle is that you hold this dog and then we run. Now we have to work out how to get away from the authorities. Can you think you can solve that puzzle for us, my boy? Maybe we should keep Flora's involvement in Tom's disappearance to ourselves. Good idea, my boy. Beep. I do believe a reward is in order. Are you just gonna give me a puzzle? I know it's quite generous, but I insist. Hamster toy! Hamster toy! Sergeant Death has new toys. I hear we'll be making a stop in a quaint village by the name of Dropstone. How much longer until we get there, Professor? I'm not entirely sure. Why don't we rest until we get there? That should make the time pass faster. Hamster! Hey, we've already knocked off one of the 10 mysteries of the game. 1 of 10 mysteries already solved. Wash our hands of that. Alrighty. Game done. Alright, there's a box that kills people still. Turns out Tom isn't a child as was originally thought, but rather Babette's pet dog. So Babette's affection for Tom is so deep that she considers him just to be much more than just a pet. The Professor, Luke, and Flora decide to return to their quarters and rest. I know it's quite the gift, but you rescued my sweet boy, so I insist you keep it. A hamster toy. It is a hamster toy. Like, it's just a hamster toy. Say, Flora, where you been hiding all this time? Well, until I found that little dog, I just been relaxing in my room. Really? You've got your own room? Sure I do. It's the middle one in the third garage. Wow, you do know that's the room right next to ours, don't you? You're just a wall away from us, and I never so much as suspected you were there. Was it not my powers of observation are rather rusty? Eek! My word, why has the train stopped? What's going on? Samuel, you don't! What did you do this time? Hey, boss man, just chill out. There's a broken train, like, just sitting on the track. So we can move that thing out of our way. We're not going anywhere, man. You get your ear and gear and move it now! One of your laziness tarnishing the voluntary brand. But trains are heavy, man. How am I supposed to move it? I will not hear excuses, especially not from a labor conductor like you who barely earns his keep. I don't care how you do it, just get it done. Okay, I'll give it a shot. Just turn down a notch, Uncle. Uncle? I might be your uncle, but I'm also president of this railway, and I demand you address me as such. Oh, alright, sure. Whatever you say, your majesty. We've actually got an entire blockage. Sorry, hamster. Sorry, hamster. Durable, your hamster is attracted to this durable little house and it's within 3 space of him. But he'll always ignore it in favor of an apple if there is one nearby. So we're gonna do this, and then do this. Come on, hamster!
Got any snacks around here? Don't hold out on me.
It has voice acting. It has voice acting and 3D models. Aw, Sergeant Death couldn't reach the goal. Boo! We don't have enough toys for Sergeant Death yet. Boo! 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 Question for those who know. Are we, like, close to the end of a chapter? Or is there, like, a shitload to go before an end of a chapter? I forget how this game works with its chapters in terms of, like, how long they are. From memory, we usually did it, like, we didn't, like, do 1 chapter per stream, because sometimes they were short enough to do that. Pretty close, I think. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because I was just like, I want to keep going until we hit the end of at least chapter 1. But I'm just like, if we have to, like, do an entire other train, then maybe, like, a bit much. Because, yeah, easy to forget how, easy to forget how, wait, there we go. Even the handrails are made of gold. It's like a cruise ship. Oh my goodness. I'm too nice, that indolent scruffy nephew of mine. All the louse does is complain. What seems to be the problem here? Oh, sorry, Mr. Passenger. So there's this giganto freight train parked on our tracks and it's blocking our way. Contract's gonna take some time, so sit back with something busy and wait. I see. Can I lend you a hand? For real? Oh yeah, that'd be way helpful. You can find a way to move the train blocking the train so we can, like, get moving. Step aside now and I'll go anywhere until that train moves off the tracks. Puzzle. So you're straight out of the way, the Military Express ain't going nowhere. Train swap. Puzzle time. So the positions, the 2 trains on the tracks. Move the carriages 1 at a time. Make sure the numbers, but by the side of each track match the numbers on each carriage. Wait, sorry, say that again. So the positions of the 2 trains along the tracks. Move the carriages 1 at a time. Make sure. Oh, okay, just like line them up with these numbers. Okay. Choo-choo. Yeah, this is how trains work. When trains move and turn like this, this is how they turn. They turn like this, didn't you know? This is exactly how trains work. Okay, I have to ask a question. Is this just another tower? This is train drifting. Is this just another Towers of Hanoi situation? Because I'm not gonna lie, this feels like another Towers of Hanoi situation, but slightly different. But, like, slightly different. And also definitely the most efficient way of moving all these train carriages, definitely. Wait. Definitely the most efficient way of moving all of these. Definitely the most efficient way of doing that.
Trick.
There we go!
And there we have it.
Trains of Indian. Hangings. Hurry back to the train. It's behind schedule as it is. Hopefully we should now be able to continue on our journey. Looks like we're good to go. Just give me a second, we'll be up and running again. Now realizing there was a hint coin. Like, off the train. Did I miss hint coins there? Oh no. Finally moving again. Shouldn't be too much longer before we arrive in Dropstone. Wonder if we'll find any useful information there. I hope so. You got a round pod! And train swap. Let's go! I didn't miss any puzzles! And that seems to be the end of the chapter. This is usually what they do with end of chapters. Yo, we're back in Professor Layton world. We're back in the world of Professor Layton. And as usual, I'm like, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm enjoying being back in the world of Professor Layton. Pretty close indeed. There we go. Oh, shit! Sorry, there was a cut. I didn't expect the cutscene to immediately go. I thought I could press save, and it wouldn't immediately cutscene us. Pull it in the dropstone. We'll pull it in the dropstone. Dropstone! Oh, they're having an anniversary party here. We'll probably rewatch this cutscene next time as well, because of where we've saved it. The country village of Dropstone. What? That drop was such an ominous sound there. I'm very happy to be back in the world of Professor Layton. I know it's been a long time. Like, I've got a bunch of series that I want to be rotating, and like Professor Layton like is in part of that rotation. Like, I'm meant to be rotating with this, like, Assassin's Creed. Not Assassin's Creed? Ace Attorney. Fucking Christ. I'm meant to be rotating this with, like, Assassin's Attorney and Metal Gear and, like, Kill the Past stuff. I know it's literally been 3 years since we played the previous one. But also, like, at least a year of that was stuff that I couldn't stream for. And then, obviously, we had to do, like, Metal Gear and an Ace Attorney and everything like that before this. And then just, since since I've been able to stream again, I've been trying to get the 3DS capture card working, aka I didn't know where it was for a long time. I found it and then it didn't work anyways. So, yeah. We're finally back into it. This is immediately reminding me of why I enjoy the vibes of these games. This is like my second one. This is immediately reminding me of why I enjoyed the vibe of the first Professor Layton game so much. The overall puzzle mystery element to it is fun. The actual puzzles themselves. Like, I think back and my memories of the first Professor Layton game are so clouded by how much of the end of that game was slide puzzles. So much of the end of the first game was nothing but fucking slide puzzles that it really got to me. So thinking back on the first game, a lot of my memory is just, the puzzles are going to be frustrating because so many of them are going to be slide puzzles. And we've already had 2 of them here, which is not a good sign. But, doing the other puzzles, even if I'm getting stumped on a puzzle, it's not like an endless source of, like, even if I'm stuck on a puzzle that isn't a slide puzzle, I can usually either, like, hint coin my way through it, or guess my way through it, or eventually work something out, even if I am, like, really stuck. So it's not, like, super stressful or anything like that, but I'm super glad to be back in Layton. I'm very much looking forward to doing more of this. I'm now being reminded of how much I enjoyed the first game by the fact that I'm enjoying this game the way that I am. Like, the silly characters, the cool music, the art style. Oh, I'm enjoying all of that vibe and atmosphere of the games again, which makes me very happy. Anyways, I'm out of here. I need to pee again. So, I'm out of here. Thank you all so much for watching. Next time, ominous cow time. So, until then, This is version 2, signing out.